I removed myself. It's been a pretty hectic night, guys. Thank you so much for those of you stuck around and for those of you coming back in. Personal stuff comes up sometimes and technical stuff, and I blamed poor Ghost Dragons. I'm like, it's okay, you don't know what you're doing, and it was me the entire time. Paranormal Pixie, yes, sage it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go till 12 Eastern tonight, guys, to give you guys the 4 hours. If some of you wouldn't mind sharing out, Melissa Wiggins, I was just thinking of you today. I've got to give you a reading. You popped in for some reason and kind of stayed in my brain for a little while. What's up, everybody? I'm not going to go through and say hi to everyone personally because we're kind of an hour late. And also, there were a lot of you in and out of here. Ghost Dragons has been keeping the list.
Been trying.
As best as he can. So, you know what? Why don't I go through and just say hi? I mean, we're going to go late tonight anyway. So I know some people left. I definitely don't blame you guys for not hanging around for an entire hour. But I can't get to the top. I start with Donna. Hey, everyone, did Ray show up yet? Donna, does Ray ever actually show up? I mean, you know him personally. Does he ever actually show up? Ghost Dragons, Mac Taylor, Mr. Crowley, Diesel Girl. Everyone's cooking dinner. Yes, it's all good. I smashed that bell. Please do so.
Breakfast for dinner.
Mike Roberts. I'm okay with breakfast for dinner. I'm from
I am
Jersey.
too. I made a breakfast casserole.
Vixen Doe. I know so many people left, but I hope they come back. Paranormal Pixie. Yeah, Donna's definitely an early bird. She falls asleep early, but that's okay. We always forgive Mom.
I so flipped around.
I did invite Damien, but he's probably sleeping. Larry A, what's up? Still here, Larry A. So what we'll do is we'll just call the list, and anybody who doesn't respond, like, don't cross them out. We'll just go back to them every once in a while.
I'll put like a little check by them or something.
Yeah, or as they come in.
I got you
normal
covered.
people, like there's really Johnny Yuma, Richard Elmore, Andrew and Gnomes. What is up? Brown Dwarf, Melissa Wiggins. The only one I know that consistently comes in like just to say hi and bounces is Christina Bell, but she comes in to give it a like and give me the view, which is great. I've got my PayPal and Cash App running on the bottom of the screen just because there was a lot of confusion about that. Thank you to those of you who donate your time as well. So with all of that being said, let's get started. And anyone who I'm in the middle, go ahead. No, go do you. Anyone who I'm in the middle of texting right now, I had to put my phone off to the side, but I will get back to you guys later. Definitely venting. Dragons, if you got something to do, go take care of it.
Oh, no, I was just freaking out for a second.
Blue Heron.
Hello, typical Blue. Hello, everybody.
Typical us. Lotus Girl. Pine Island Research. What is up? Full permission to do an energetic reading. Yes. Absolutely. I actually got my Patreon personals done early. I've got 2 left, Miss Arlene and Dragons, and then I am able to open up completely to anyone wanting to come in for personals. It's a donation thing, so if you don't have it to donate, you don't, and you donate whatever you want.
Left toe, that's all.
Eris, yeah, I break thumbs, so don't owe me any. No,
I didn't get all the shanks, guys. So.
I love you guys. All right, let's get started.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Kai, is he here?
Cowie,
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I don't see him.
Nope. Okay, one sec.
Take your time. Take your time.
I just missed somebody. Lotus, I know she's here. I thought she was here. I swear I just saw her.
She's here.
All right.
Miss Lotus, I'm going to use Kuan Yin on you. And as usual, I have like 65 decks. Pine Island Research sent me 2, a new Faery one and a love one for all you guys, Whispers of Love, who have been asking me for specifically for love readings, because when I do personals, I just do general. Love, money, energy, anything that comes up. But if you ask me specific questions, I try to give you answers to those if I can. So if you want a love reading, I will now have specifically a love deck. New England Dirt Roadie, Ghost Dragons, your audio is just a little bit low. That might be on my end with the StreamYard. I don't know if I can fix that. I have to learn how to use StreamYard a little bit, but
I got a low voice anyways. So.
And he does have a very low voice. I'll take one when everyone is done. Feeling pretty good. Okay, yeah. for sure.
Hey, it's nice. I got a computer now. That's something I didn't
And
build
Ghost
20 years
Dragons
ago.
did get a new computer. His
Yeah.
computer pooped on him yesterday, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm like, "No, I
Yeah, and
need
I
a
couldn't use my
show."
research one because it's no crap. It's crap. It's for research only, and I had to go
Our
buy a good one.
our stream that we did. What's up, Ann Palmer? Our stream that we did on Sunday night. We're gonna do on Tuesdays from now on, from 8 to 10 Eastern. Maybe Thursdays too. It depends on some other things that I have going on. I have so much exciting news for you guys, eventual stuff, but a lot more live streams. This will definitely stay. Next week, I'm going to be from 7 to 8 Eastern. I'm going to be on Occult 45 with Evan D. And that's going to be fun. So next Tuesday, it'll actually be like 8:15 to like 10:15. But that's Ghost Dragons in my new schedule. All right, Lotus. Let's get this party started. You aren't going to believe this. You saw how much I shuffled that, right? You saw that? Okay, because you got the Lotus Throne. And that's not the first time Lotus Girl has gotten a Lotus card, which I always find like that is definitely your flower, girl. Sunday night was a gas. Yes, thank you. I had so much fun. The same Lotus wisdom that enlightened beloved Kuan Yin and all spiritual masters is the very same Lotus light within your own heart, beloved. It can take great courage to trust your own inner light, to ascend the throne of your own inner spiritual authority, especially if the light of others around you seems more powerful than your own. You are being asked to trust this inner guidance above all others now. Have faith in your own heart and know that you are divine. There are times on the path that we can greatly benefit from assistance from others. In fact, these times are almost always. A true spiritual master, teacher, guru, guide, or healer has the same role: to connect with you to connect you with conscious awareness to your own inner light, so that you may come to realize the spiritual power, authority, and beauty that you are in truth, in the same spiritual power, authority, and beauty that you may see and honor in them. So sometimes we might need an external guide to help us make that connection. Sometimes we are closer to our own divine wisdom than we consciously realize. And yet we fall into a habit of believing that others may know more of what is good or true for us than we do. Sometimes out of habit or conditioning, it is just easier to see the divine light in others than within our own heart. And this is really true. What's up, Christina Bell? This oracle has come to you to guide you to trust that your own inner teacher is growing stronger, that you have more spiritual wisdom than you may have previously acknowledged, and that you will benefit greatly from heeding your own heart's guidance at this time. You are guided here to carefully discern the level of influence that others may be having over you. In your admirable willingness to be open, to learn, and to grow, you are wise not to surrender to your discernment. No matter how wise or powerful a teacher might be, it is wiser and more powerful still to always test what they seek to say to you by sitting with it in your own heart. Does all guidance you have been following feel true to your heart? At this time, the inner teacher, the guru within all, the goddess light of Kuan Yin, in your own heart is speaking to you, urging you to trust your own divine nature more deeply than ever before. You are being asked to ascend to the lotus throne of your own divine soul. Trust your courage. Your journey is taking you into a spiritual maturity, and you will need to acknowledge that you have spiritual authority within your own heart. Yes, you can learn from others, but always honor your inner teacher, as this is your own unconditionally loving and flawless guide. The part of you that is purely divine, wisdom, always has been and always will be. So Lotus, I think the gist of this card is really that, while it's great to listen to or take the advice of others, it's best, especially for this week, because these are weekly readings, if you would make sure to ask questions. Though, if something doesn't sound right to you, even if it's coming from someone you trust, like if you and I are talking and it just doesn't ring true to you, that's always okay to question that, no matter who the other person is. Because if something doesn't sit right with your energy, it doesn't necessarily mean the other person is lying or trying to mislead you. It just means that they could be a little off. You know your own situation better. So any advice given to you, especially this week, well-meaning or not, do your own thing, go your own way, stay true to your own energy. And I actually feel like this, combined with your personal that I did this week, it's going to be a real test of and testament to your coming out of this dark night of the soul and into this beautiful spiritual awakening. once again, I know you've had many. This one is coming to an end. I don't see it before, June, but it's coming. And this is definitely a test. Can you stand up to your own self in regards to asking questions and not being afraid? Anyone giving you advice or reading oracle or anybody in a position like I'm in that you come to for advice sometimes or for a card reading, if we're honorable in doing it the right way, we should be able to accept you asking questions. Do you know what I mean? So don't ever be afraid to do that. And if someone makes you feel uncomfortable, you should also question why you're going to them for advice in the first place. Trinity, yes. Crow, thank you so much for reminding me. Dragons, pop Trinity in there too. That is Mr. Crowley's daughter. I actually, Lotus Girl's son was going through a difficult time and didn't believe in any of this and spirituality or really anything, kind of a little bit lost. And Lotus, I know you don't mind me saying that. And I gave him a reading and he took his time, and I don't know how she got him to watch it because he really did not want to, as far as what I can understand. And it turns out, and I take no credit for this whatsoever, but I was very happy to hear it, that he's actually doing so much better. He sat and watched the reading, listened to it, understood it, and moved forward from there. And that was really great to hear, I just want to make a quick reminder, because I was going to do this had I started on time. My wrenches. I love you guys. You have wrenches for a reason. Don't ever forget that. Marie, my beautiful wifey. Who's next?
Use them. Use those wrenches. There are evil fae everywhere.
This is true. Who's next, dragons?
Person.
Someone.
Larry.
Larry. So Larry, I am doing a personal for you, and this most likely will be the deck that I'm going to use, but I'm going to use the Lightworker Oracle, and this is my new deck this week that I did some personals with. It's a really great deck. Alana Fairchild, same one that did Kuan Yin, same one that does Divine Circus, Vampire. I mean, she does so many. What's up, Jarvis? I got to tell you guys, 20 minutes ago before I started this stream, I was really in a bad way. And that's why I love this stream so much, because hi, Amuse, what's up? The channeling, the light, your guys' energy, having dragons with me now. I mean, it's just, it's lightening to my spirit and psyche to be here with you guys. And I can't underestimate the power of that, because it happens pretty much every week. Larry, card number 41, Spiritual Decree. You have been wondering what will happen next in your life, not realizing how much power you have to decide that for yourself. What do you wish to have happen next? Are you willing to use your divine birthrights of free will, voice, and empowerment to set the cosmic wheels in motion? If your answer is yes, then it is time to speak your truth to the universe, decree it, and you shall be it. You have been praying for help, asking for a map, and wanting directions. You are wise in the ways of the receptive, responsive approach to life. It is spiritually mature to trust the greater guiding power of the divine to direct your course, and yet the wishes in your heart are part of how that happens. Divine destiny is not something that just happens to you, but it is something that you co-create as a living spiritual being with free will and divine love beating in your heart. Blue Crossroads and Shauna. Muse, thank you so much. You are being honored for your ability to ask for guidance and wait for signs. You are also being asked to set intention and develop faith in yourself, to trust in what your heart yearns for, what you love so much that you are willing to go through the discomfort of growth to see it come to life. It is time for you to have the experience of seeing your intention blossom into manifestation. This does not mean that you have to make things happen. You are not responsible for how your manifestation occurs. The universe unfolds according to its own genius, of course, but you are responsible for the words, beliefs, and intentions you express that are the seeds of your personal creations. The universe then responds in its own wise and powerful way. When this oracle card comes to you, it is time to speak your truth. What does your heart truly yearn for? Focus on it and say it out loud. Don't be afraid to speak your dreams, desires, wishes, and fantasies. Sometimes it is only in daring to speak them aloud that we really understand what we want. This can be terrifying, liberating, exciting, and life-changing moment. This It is the moment that we grow into a spiritual adult, becoming willing to take responsibility for our own life journey. Will you speak your heart truths now? Give yourself permission to express your deepest desires and then let go and trust. So this card is a lot about, Larry, positive manifestation, okay? Not being afraid to say out loud what you want, not just to yourself and not just, you know, talking to a friend or whatever, like, yeah, I really want to do this with my life, but telling the universe, like, hey, I want this, and what do I need to do to get it? The only thing I see here is this, like, a little bit of a, like, I don't want to say warning because it's not like a bad thing, but I see it like things are unfolding for you to give you what you've been praying for and wanting, but you're not seeing it because it's not happening the way you expected it to. So if you're able to, even just for this week, and I promise it'll feel so good, you'll want to keep doing it, drop any expectation and just expect the universe to give you what you want. It's going to take its own time, of course. It's not going to be like, I want $1 million on my desk right now, and then poof, it appears, unfortunately, because we've written ego into our minds. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do that. I fully believe that. But understanding that you will get it, it's just a matter of when and how it's going to play out. You might, you know, if it's money you want, I'm not saying that's what you want, but we could all use more, right? You might win a lottery ticket, or you might find a bag on the street. I mean, I don't know, but everything that you've been wanting and trying to manifest in your life and that you've been working really hard for is going to come to fruition. 2022 is a beautiful year for manifestation and fruition of dreams and goals, you know, major spiritual achievements, the consciousness collective moving forward. What's up, Chase Life? And it's just, a lot of us aren't seeing it because we're expecting it to happen like this step, this step, this step, and the universe doesn't work that way. Who's next?
Andrew, if he wants one.
He wants one.
I know he does.
Paranormal Pixie, that's so sweet. And I'm really glad that you could be here as well. You guys are like combined group of energy that, like, I need all of your light to operate properly. You all play a different role, whether you know it or not, in my life, in these readings, on a day-to-day basis. Being able to bring these messages to you guys is really important to me. And if you weren't here to receive them, then I can't give them, right? So you guys being here is definitely...
do then?
And let's thank Dragons, because he definitely makes the show, and he got us a whole bunch of views last week just because people wanted to see what he looks like. They're like, yeah, reading. But what
they
is
just
Dragons
wanted me
like?
to see if I was standing on a ledge.
A Muse, have you ever gotten a reading in here before? Because if you're new, I could bump you up a little bit.
Yeah, because they're an SRR regular, so I don't know. I'm not sure if I've seen her in them in before or not.
All right, Andrew. Yeah, so just let us know if you've ever gotten one in here before. You got the Maple Spirit, and it's the card of generosity. Also, my favorite and most luckiest number, card number 23. Beneath the large boughs of the maple tree, animals are invited to rest. At any time, you might see a doe and her fawn curled in the midday shade. Squirrels scamper up the trunk and dash from limb to limb. A rabbit stops to sniff the air. Creatures large and small are drawn to take refuge in the maple's shade. What you give out comes back to you tenfold. There are times in life to receive, and there are times to provide love, services, and items to others. This card suggests that this is a time to give with your whole heart. Give without thinking of what you will gain in return. By doing this, you enter into the flow of the universe, and blessings will shower upon you. Maples are thought to be a very old species of trees. They are known to withstand environmental changes and can survive and thrive in various climates. Some traditions believe that the maple lends strength and power to those around it. If you tap into the maple, you will find sweet sap, which symbolically brings sweetness into your life. The spirit of the maple says, be open to receive the bounty of the universe. At the same time, be generous with others and with yourself. A warmth of spirit radiates from you. Share from your heart and receive with an open heart, and success will blossom. And I feel like you've had some opportunities recently, and if you hadn't, they are coming this week to give. And it doesn't have to be money, okay? It could be giving of your time, giving of your advice, giving... you have something that people need and are definitely going to need this week. So when someone approaches you, even if you don't feel like it, do your best to give of yourself in any way that you can this week. And it's going to continue to come back tenfold to you.
It's pretty
So
weird. I'm
Trinity
wearing.
and A Muse are going to be bumped
Yes,
up.
I got them.
Okay, cool. Who's next?
You want to do? And we did Andrew.
What's
Hey,
up,
blue,
Downshift?
blue hair on.
Miss Blue Heron.
Blue, blue,
Let's go with
blue.
Lantern. Downshift, this
Downshift.
is live intuitive oracle reading. One card pulls,
Here before.
weekly
Ralph.
reads. Ralph and Cassie, welcome.
Hey, Ralph.
Maple Spirit and Sausage Ghost. I don't know, guys. I don't know what that's about.
I'm not going to say a thing. Just get myself in trouble.
All right, Blue, you got the card of confusion, card number 36. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. At some point, we all encounter feeling at a loss as to what to do next. Our mind can become as conflicted as the advice we receive. Our emotions can polarize and overwhelm us to the point of distress, especially when the stakes seem too high to risk making a mistake. Our belief that there is a quote-unquote right choice or answer that will prevent all that we fear from happening can be paralyzing. Fear has the power to stop us in our tracks, especially when what seems logically right is at odds with what feels emotionally safe. For example, one choice might seem to guarantee safety and security, but feel uncomfortably compromising. In a state of distress, it is hard to get clear on what our spirit self is guiding us to do. We may feel helpless and without any available choice that feels authentic. What is best and truly possible for us is rarely as clear as hindsight reveals it to be. When we need clarity the most, it would be helpful to remember that recognizing that we do not know what to do is a necessary step in the process of realizing what to do. Acknowledging the quote unquote not knowing is the way to figuring out our next authentic move in navigating a way through any bewildering predicament. A solution is not found in making one right decision, but rather the result of many small and consistent choices, actions, thoughts, and behavioral changes. Clarity often comes at the cost of making at least one mistake, wrong turn, or failure along the way. For most, it takes making many. This is how we typically learn our way forward. Mistakes are preferable to remaining on the ground defeated. Failures are gifts, lanterns, if you will, illuminating our true direction. We need to know better to see and do better. That is why every perceived error is usually part of what is a correct step forward in your direction. It shows you your true way. Trust yourself. For any current confusion you are facing, place the hand that you write with on your heart and receive what knowing arises in you to do next. If part of this knowing is to seek the advice, support, or assistance from an appropriate other, do so. The featured crone supports you in committing to take one small step at a time on your terms and at your own pace as you enter into ever-increasing clarity and confidence. Crone's message: when we know that we have no idea what we are doing or what direction to take next, that's when we begin to find out. And that's really true. And again, I'm cheating because I know your personal for
No
this
fair.
month. You may be feeling a little confused or defeated, not knowing what to do next. And I believe what this card is saying is be consistent. Be consistent in whatever it is you're doing to try to help yourself, okay? Because consistency is what's going to raise your frequency. Get in touch with your guides, figure out what they're trying to tell you, and it'll get to the point where their advice will just pop in. You'll know it's them, and you'll be able to act from there.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
No. Para, Pixie, Laura.
Miss Pixie.
Pixies.
Let's use Celtic
I
Spirit.
loved pixie sticks.
I kind of still do.
I do too. I'm not shying away from them.
You're very
Pancakes
welcome.
and
Love you
syrup.
guys too.
If we're going to start talking food, then somebody forgot to bring me a bag of White Castles when they came back after leaving.
Ooh, White Castle. If I wasn't so mad at Ray, I would laugh for those. Ask
There's
for
one
those.
right around the corner.
There's one where he works.
I got a new psychic up the street too.
Yes, consistency is the most important part of everything you attain.
Yes.
I definitely agree. But sometimes it's hard to be consistent because as
shit happens.
Yeah, and as humans, we want everything, especially this day and age, right this minute. I know even me, like I get frustrated. Like I've been manifesting one certain thing for 6 months now, and I've been actively manifesting it, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, can't you see that I need this desperately? And I'm not ready for whatever reason. Chillin' Charlie, welcome. All right, Paranormal Pixie, you got card number 17 in the Celtic Spirit deck. Celestial, Cosmos, Creation, and Spiral.
Oh, poor Mr. Crowley. No White Castles.
The spiral was an important symbol for the Celts. It symbolized many things, but mostly it represented movement and the constant spinning of cycles and of the stars in the night sky. The North Star was believed to be the location of what they termed as heaven. The stars spiraled in the sky, which became the pathway to how souls ascended to heaven. A spiral has no beginning or ending. It just is. When we think of creation, we think of there being a beginning. A beginning usually needs a force to create it, so where does this force come from? It needs movement, it needs motivation, and an energy or force behind it to make it start. What are you about to create? What do you need in order to make it happen? And how will you continue to keep it moving? To keep something moving, it needs a consistent flow of energy, a sustainable force. There you go again with the consistency. In drawing this card, you may be asked to look at what drives your momentum. Is it sustainable? Will it be enough to keep everything moving, or are you driving things too fast, which will end up in burnout? Just as we draw energy from the earth, so too can we draw energy upon Just as we draw energy from the earth, so too can we draw upon the energies from above us, other realms, the moon, the stars, the sun, all the energies that we can work with, keeping in mind that we are made from stardust. Meditating or journeying can help us connect with other energies, so it may be time to explore new options for keeping your cup full. Sustainability is the key here to keep the spiral forever in motion. Again, with the consistency. I feel like you're being led with this card, Pixie, to start meditating or continue meditating. Do some guided meditations to meet and commune with your guides and possibly your star ancestors as well. I feel like if you reach out to these other realms, other beings, however you do it, listening to a guided meditation to bring you there while you sleep, meditating during the day, going outside and talking to the sky, you're going to receive responses. It's really important that you keep a notebook like by your bedside, because I've been dealing with this for the past couple of weeks. I've been calling out to certain others and I've been getting responses, but it's in my sleep. And when I wake up, I'm only catching bits and pieces throughout the day. I'm not remembering fully what it is, you know, so I try to keep a notebook where I can get to it, and eventually it'll all come together, and you will either remember the exact messages or be able to piece most of it together and ask for clarity. I have, and holy moly.
Holy moly. Okay, Mr. Crowley and Child.
And who?
Mr. Crowley and Trinity.
All right. Let's do Crowley first, then we'll do Trinity. Crowley, I'm going to use the Mystic Martian deck on you. These are a little elusive, but I do like reading with them. It's a little challenging, but getting insane downloads. Yeah, me too. It's been really crazy, and I remembering these parts of them that I'm just like, you know, like, that's odd. Did I just think that? Why am I thinking? And then I remembered I've been consciously reaching out. I'm starting a video series on close encounters from the first to the fifth kind. And I'm also starting a video series, which kind of goes with it, about, okay, Ralph, seen a little bit.
Yep, be safe.
About all the different species that we're aware of, as far as I know anyway, or that I'm aware of in the universe and galaxy. Mr. Gerardo, if you'd like a reading, you can be on the list, and I'll just call your name when it's your turn. Grey Wolf, welcome. So I'm going to start this series. I'm hoping next week, might be the week after though, because I don't know how much time I'll have to actually film the content. And it's going to lead up to a summer CE5 app protocol kind of initiation that I'm going to either run live or put a video up after I film it. All right, Mr. Crowley, you got Third Eye, card number 38, Visions, Manifesting, and Meditation. So more meditation, guys. The third eye is the esoteric term for the higher inner eye that interdimensionally travels through the cosmic doorway and perceives realms, living information of higher consciousness. Adepts who have developed their third eye are known as seers, clairvoyant, and remote viewers who are observing outside of the limited local frequency field. That's what I use when I channel. Out-of-body experiences and dreams are functioned through the third eye. Physically, I was seeing if it said physic or psychic. Physically, the third eye that tunes into higher frequencies is located deep inside the dark human brain and functions like a projector video camera, capturing the holographic frequencies at the Planck field level beyond third dimensional perception. The gateway third eye in Sanskrit and Hinduism is referred to as the Anja, which means command and perceiving. Activating the third eye begins through being in a meditative and relaxed altered state of awareness where the human transcends into non-local fields outside of dense frequencies. These states of awareness allow the third eye to witness beyond conditional mind narratives and receive and living information beyond the speed of light. The third eye is ruled by the sixth chakra that functions within the indigo frequency of light. Nearly all extraterrestrial intelligence are highly evolved in the use of the third eye. So this is really important. This is actually a really important card, okay? Visions, dreams, out-of-body experiences, becoming balanced, altered states of awareness are all things that are coming into a lot of our lives this month, this year. Like I said before, it's 2022. It's just such an open back and forth frequency between us and quote-unquote other, whatever you want to define that as. Mr. Crawley, I feel like what this card is telling you is you should try to get in touch with your guides, with your inner self, with your wisdom and inner wisdom and knowing. And I feel like you're being given downloads, messages that you're not aware of. So kind of like the advice that I gave to Paranormal Pixie, maybe you should think about being very, what's the word? Not obvious. Very aware of your thoughts this week, okay? And anything that comes in that seems like a download, anything that pops in that you know you did not generate, a random quote-unquote thought, a random quote-unquote dream, right? Pay very close attention to that, because whatever it is that you're asking, you're going to receive the answers to. But you have to be paying attention. James, I'm not sure, but I don't think that many. And we're going an hour later tonight because we started late. What's up, Nick? Welcome back. Pancake. Pam, that's okay. We didn't start until 8:15 anyway. All right, who's next? Oh, Trinity. Trinity, Archangel Animal. This deck is so cute. If you've been having some random ass dreams for real, and I know you did mention that, I just, as usual, have not had time to do anything other than like slave in my house. And I was sick for a couple weeks. I know you did mention that. You really should pay attention to any messages that are coming in, because I can literally see you standing there confused, like, where did that come from? Miss Trinity, you got the ant. Cooperate for the highest good of the community. It's also the first card in the deck, I believe. Yes. Ants are tiny but brave little warriors who always work together for the benefit of their community. They are fifth dimensional from Lakame, the ascended aspect of Sirius, and understand sacred geometry. They build their nests with love and according to its principles so that these structures emit beautiful harmonics. This attracts angels to sing over them and draws many creatures and elementals to their nests to bathe in angel light. They serve with humility by aerating the soil and decomposing organic matter. They are experiencing and teaching about structured family life and how to live and thrive collectively through cooperating and sharing. They devote themselves to their duty with hard work and intention. The message of the ant card is to devote yourself to making your home welcoming and harmonious, while at the same time acting to bring your community together. You can take small steps like picking up litter or smiling at your neighbors, or aim higher and actively offer yourself in service. The ants carry the key to Sirius, which is to understand the universal Metatron cube. Look at it and absorb its energy. This is a fundamental tool to open your consciousness to the power of sacred geometry. The patterns act as codes that start to balance you and bring you into alignment with your soul blueprint. The angels will begin to sing, pouring their beautiful sonics over you, and this will attract higher energies and people toward you. So I'm going to show you a picture of the Universal Metatron Cube, but if you want to actually study it, just look it up on Google and stare at it for a little bit and see what messages get downloaded into your brain. Trinity, I feel like what this card is saying is for this week, especially, there may be some sacrifices you have to make for the greater good, quote unquote. So you may, be helping somebody move because they're in an abusive relationship and you're the only one that's around to do it. Things like that kind of put you out a little bit, but that the universe is saying, don't worry. If you're physically and mentally, able to help somebody this week, no matter what it is, do it. Because you're going to receive everything back tenfold. You may even feel put out. You may even have been helping people so much, or you may feel like, well, not too many people help me. Whatever the issue is that's making you feel a bit put out about helping, especially one particular person, the universe is saying, have faith and have trust, okay? Especially this week. Give everything that you possibly can of yourself. Again, it doesn't have to be money. It could be time. It could be an ear. It could be a simple text message to somebody who's lonely or feeling low. Okay. Do as much as you can for the greater good, for the collective. And the universe, your guides, spirit is going to give all of that back to you tenfold before you know it. BCD, hi. I'll put you on the list. All right, who's next after Trinity? BC, haven't seen you in a while. So nice to see you. Yes, Nick, you too, sure. Dragons next. Can't hear you. You're muted.
Nick EY.
Nick Y's next?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Isn't that wild?
That's right. Yeah, he's on mute. I keep forgetting that we started late and people were in here earlier. All right, Nick, let's do this. How are you, by the way? Mike, thank you so much.
Thank
and
you,
don't ever
Mike.
be sorry for a donation. It all helps. It doesn't matter how much or how little. It's the thought, and it helps, believe me. BCD, that I don't think you've ever gotten a reading from me, correct?
I don't think they have.
Yes, everybody makes it on the list. New England Dirt Roadie. It's just about how long you have to wait, but I don't think there's many people in here.
It's almost 30 now. Well,
there's 30 now.
Yep. Well, you got 30 people in chat. 38 people in chat.
Of course, you're on the list. Yeah, everyone makes the list. It's just about, like, if you don't have time to hang out till midnight, just let us know.
Please say something, yeah.
Hey, I only have a half hour, and then I'll make sure that you definitely get a reading. We don't work like that in here. If you guys have something else to do, I'm happy you came in, and I will gladly bump you up a little bit. All right, Nick. Black Wand's Redemption. Sunday Flowers reveled in her powers to seduce and manipulate, but her misguided attempt to serve witchcraft led to her making a terrible mistake. Why do you always get these cards? You have a bunch of crazy ex-girlfriends, don't you? Don't you?
I was going to say something, but I ain't going to.
I know of at least one. In her unending quest to atone, she abandoned her past and became Black Wand and faced many terrifying challenges. Black Wand reminds us that no matter what we've done wrong, we can try to make amends. It might be frightening to confront those we have wronged, but genuine liberation is worth the risk. Maybe you believe your transgressions are so gravy. Are so
Somebody's
grave.
Hungry.
I am
gravy with that biscuit.
I was supposed to be getting McDonald's, but so grave they can never be washed away, or that those you appeal to might not forgive you. This might be true, but to flinch from the call to atone is an even greater error. Forgiveness works both ways. Black Maud eventually learned to forgive herself because she knew her actions were sincere, not merely to soothe her own guilt. Saying I'm sorry carries an obligation not to repeat the same behavior. Otherwise, people lose faith in us totally, and the chance of redemption slips yet further away. So I feel like you may be coming to terms with some things that have happened in your past, either that you've done or that other people have done. Remember that forgiveness is for your soul and your spirit and for your ability to be able to move on. Okay. Don't apologize to anyone because you feel like you have to or you're supposed to. Okay. Apologies should always come sincerely and because you really feel bad for what you did. And like that card said, and I love it because I say it all the time to someone, it's just I don't say it so eloquently, and now I know how. An apology or saying I'm sorry comes automatically with the promise to not repeat the behavior, at least to the best of your ability. You know, when someone says I'm sorry and I don't believe them, I'll say, okay, what are you sorry for? And when I don't believe them, they usually can't tell me. And that's because they don't think they did anything wrong and they're going to keep doing it again and again. So I'm getting another message with this, though, Nick, and that's to be very careful who apologizes to you, specifically this week, or someone might have just apologized to you. I feel like it's a manipulation tactic or tool to get you back into their good graces so they can manipulate, take from, use whatever they were doing to mistreat you. They kind of want you back in their life so that you can be there when they need you. Jules, welcome.
You ready?
Yes.
Christina Bell.
Christina
Ninja.
Bell. Yeah, she just comes in to say hi.
Okay, I wasn't sure if she stayed. Chilling Charlie.
Chillin' Charlie. Let's do Magick of You.
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I got to be polite. That's in the next room. I can't be mean or come in and smack me in the back of the head and say, be a gentleman.
Like you could ever be anything but. A Muse, ready for some woo. Yeah, you're coming right up. And Ghost Dragons and I are starting a Tuesday night show next week, actually, from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Next week it's going to be like 8:15 because I'm doing Occult 45. And we're going to be talking about a lot of the things that we talk about in this community, you know, paranormal, supernatural, extraterrestrial. It's going to be a really good time.
She says she has ideas. That scares me.
I have ideas.
She's going to have me hanging off of ledges and climbing trees.
Be like, hey, see if this app works. Go outside and try to make contact. Don't forget to bring a camera and don't mute your mic. No matter what happens, don't mute.
Don't mute.
Tell Tasha I said hey. And okay, yeah, I'll call you. I still have your number. Can't get text. Okay.
What do you want her to call you?
Yeah, I've called you enough, I think, in our lifetime, Nick. I'll just call you Nick. Or Nikki. I know you love that. Someone just said something I wanted to respond to you. I don't remember. I'll figure it out. All right, Chillin' Charlie, let's do this. Hit that like button like a stepchild in a fairy tale. Charlie, you got card number 34, Ubuntu, Compassion for Others, which I know firsthand you have this in spades. What if you were solely defined by your compassion for others and the kindness you extended? How would your life look? How would you conduct yourself if Ubuntu, humanity, was solely what you were noted for? Consider how your benevolence can extend to other species and creatures. This is a time to empathize with others' journeys and put yourself in their shoes, for better or worse. The girl pierces her own eye with a leaf, and in doing so opens the window to her soul and learns from the challenges and the gifts of others' journey. She is peaceful and reflective. There is no pain, only greater understanding and greater wisdom. Now is the time to notice others' struggles and help them. Listening with compassion and patience can ease the suffering of another person. Be defined by your willingness to put others' needs before your own, just as you would appreciate they might do in your times of need. I don't see you having any issues with this. You are one of those people that's always checking in, at least on me, and I hope on others as well in the community, just to see how we're doing despite what you're going through. And I feel like this is the universe just commending you and telling you, don't let anyone ruin that. Don't let anyone take advantage of your kindness, and don't ever feel weak for it. Charlie, this is just reinforcement for this week that you're doing the right thing, okay? You're on the right path, you're on the right track. And regardless of whether or not people appreciate you, continue to be you and be kind and generous with your time and in your spirit, because you are going to be, just like everyone else who's doing the right thing, rewarded. My beautiful elven goddess. Let's do a muse.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you wanted to do a new person.
Yeah, it doesn't say what kind of leaf.
And then after you do a new person, it's Shauna and Blue Cross.
Okay. A muse, let's go with all right, we can do gentle creatures.
I'm a gentle creature.
Gentle creatures. Most of you guys are.
Sweetie. Hey, bear.
My beautiful elven goddess. Kindred spirits. When is the last time you had a cuppa with a friend? Tea, coffee, water, it doesn't matter what's in the cup. The gift lies in the holder of the handle. What is the true joy of the moment? Whether you gather to remember a friend, a moment, or to plan a new adventure, make time to chat. This isn't a deep discussion between our two here. She is stopped by on a whim. They've shared their beverage with her. This spontaneous moment in a field is a gift they share. Rather than checking the time, they gaze into each other's eyes. This is intimacy that cannot be forced or manufactured. No one is judging them on how they look or what they choose to talk about. You are being shown how to anchor yourself in this moment. If you don't have a convenient meadow to wander in, reach out to someone. Perhaps call that friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe it'll be someone you see every day. Whomever it is, give yourself the present of being present. You might speak to a stranger just to tell them you like their hat, their smile, their shoelaces. Isn't it lovely when we can take a break to have a chat with another person? Do that today. Or because these are weekly readings, do that this week. See, I always say at the end of all my videos, almost all, smile at a stranger. And the reason I say that is because you never ever know what someone else is going through. How many times have you went out and you've been in a bad mood and some mother effer smiles at you and you just smile back and you're like, this a-hole smiling at me over here, but you do smile back most of the time. Why do you do that? Because it's genuine, it's genuine. This person doesn't know you're having a bad day or a good day. They're just smiling at you. And I feel like the universe wants you to be that person this week, that person that extends kindness for no reason to perfect strangers. Hold the door for someone, be patient when you're standing behind an old lady in line. All right, really try this week to look for the good in people. On the other side of that, okay, this is another card that is telling me about manipulation. Okay, don't allow someone from the past, especially this week, back into your life simply because they came with some kind of apology. All right, really make sure that this person understands what they did, right? That they understand what they did so that they don't do it to you again. I feel like there is somebody, that didn't treat you too well, and maybe it didn't end badly, or maybe it didn't end at all, it just kind of drifted off, and this person is kind of bored, and just like with Nick's reading, looking to be back in your life for something to do, and it's like a chore for them to apologize to you, to have you around. Just for what? There's really no rhyme or reason. So be really careful who you let into your inner circle this week, but definitely extend kindness to strangers to the best of your ability, because it's going to make you feel better. Sounds like your life story. Yeah, mine too. Connor, what's up? Welcome. Oh, thank you, Pine Island Research. I know someone. All right, Shauna. Shauna, I'm going to go with goddesses and sirens for you this week. The next one I want to get is gods and titans. It's like the same one. Oh, she's asleep. Okay, Blue Crossroads, goddesses and sirens for you. You're very welcome. There is no gender assignment to these cards. I actually pulled a Lantern Oracle card for a man once, and I was like, why am I doing this? This is such a feminine deck. And it turned out it was a mom message. And he knew exactly what I was talking about, too.
Dads get them, too. Get mom messages all the time.
Ooh. Blue Crossroads, you got Lilith. Equality. An equal partnership is a positive goal. Your personal power may be challenged. Recognize the need for a balance of power in your body and in your relationship. Within Jewish folklore and within some mystical traditions, Adam had a wife before Eve, and her name was Lilith. God created Adam from clay and said, "It is not good for man to be alone." He then created a woman from the same earth, exactly as he had created Adam. God then suggested they go forth and be fruitful, but Adam and Lilith began to disagree. "I will not be below you. I am your equal," said Lilith. Adam rose up and answered, "No, I am superior. I will always be on top." Lilith could not believe what Adam had said and cried, "We are equal as we were made by the same way by the same God." They argued and could not come to a resolution. Lilith flew away into the air as far from Adam as she could get. Adam watched, helpless, as she disappeared from view. He called to his God, "The woman you have sent me has fled from me." His God heard him and sent 3 angels to find her. The Creator said to the angels, "If she comes back, all is well, and I have made her well. If not, tell her that she will be expelled and that she will agree that 100 of her children will die every single day." The angels found Lilith flying over the sea, and they told her of God's ultimatum. She thought carefully, but she would not return. The angels threatened to drown her, but she answered, "Leave me now. God has now cursed me to cause illness to babies. But if you leave me now, I promise that I will leave the children alone who wear your names as amulets around their neck." Lilith was expelled from God's love and thus became a demon. Her children became demons too, and every day 100 of them died. However, Lilith kept to her word and spared any child wearing the angels' names on necklaces, and it is a tradition to this day that babies wear amulets for protection shortly after birth. Needless to say, Adam got a second wife, Eve, this time made from his own rib. Okay, so I'm just going to skip a little bit of the story here. Lilith is seen as a powerful force for equality between masculine and feminine and for women to assert justice-filled power. In much of Western society, women are judged on their physical appearance, do not receive equal pay for the same work, and are underrepresented in government positions and in companies. In other countries, they are often the ones to suffer most during food shortages, giving what they have to their children, and experience higher death rates due to maternal mortality. If Lilith is present in your life, examine if you are being treated equally, or if perhaps someone else is suffering from inequality. Are your ideas being ignored because you are female or because you are young? If someone else in the same situation getting respect when you're not, maybe it's time to be sure you're getting the respect and attention you deserve. Now, I'm going to read the shadow side because the card did come in upside down. Recognizing the need for and finding balance in today's fast-paced and often confusing world is central to creating good relationships of all kinds. Too often, the masculine way dominates the feminine, which results in lopsided, codependent, or even physically damaging relationships. It's easy to spot such inequality in other people, such as a friend consistently agreeing with her boyfriend's opinions and likes, even when she has said the opposite before. But it's harder to see the imbalance in ourselves. For example, you may not realize you've neglected your own friends when you're in a relationship. This doesn't mean we should use blatant militancy or hatred of the opposite sex. This is not equality either. Find ways to truly stand strong and create a love life where the masculine is balanced with the feminine, public life is balanced with personal, and friends are balanced with romantic relationships. So what I kind of feel like is going on here, because this was a very feminine card, and it kind of annoys me because I don't like when cards are so blatantly gender specific. But Blue Crossroads, there may be something going on right under your nose, either professionally or personally. You might not even be aware of it, where somebody is really mistreating someone else. And from the minute I picked up this card, I thought something like domestic violence, whether it's physical violence or verbal abuse. I would really take the time to talk to any friends that come to you for advice. Find out kind of what's really going on. I'm not saying be that nosy person that gets in people's business and sticks your nose obviously where it doesn't belong. But what I am saying is, if someone comes to you for advice, especially this week, or help of some kind, try to get them to open up and get to the bottom of what's going on, because I feel like there's a reason they're being sent to you. There's a reason you got this card. There's a reason the universe wants you to hear this message tonight, okay? Somebody needs you, and I don't even think they realize it. I think they're going to come to you for one thing, and it's going to end up opening this door to this whole other thing. Also, I'm getting shown a specific message, and make sure that I'm getting this thing where people are telling you things because they don't want to upset her. Make sure she's included in everything. I'm sure that you do. Make sure she doesn't start feeling left out or like people are afraid to hurt her feelings, or people are afraid to upset her in some way. I feel like there might be a little bit of that coming in this week, not purposefully, nothing to do with you, but that people may be like kind of walking on eggshells or tiptoeing around her now. And, you know, she's going to start noticing, and it's going to get very agitating to her. So be there like you always are to support her. BCD, you're coming up soon, hun.
Pine's next.
Pine, you are so right. You really are. All right. Vampires. Two more likes. One of them's me, because I forgot to like my own video.
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, mods beware. Yeah, Blue Crossroads. I feel like that might come up this week. You know, I think anybody would hate that. Nobody wants to be that little damsel in distress. You know, she's a strong, fierce woman, and there's no reason for people to do that. And I know you would never do that. So try to not protect her from it, obviously, because that would be counterproductive. But make sure to like gently let people know, like, hey, this maybe probably is better said to Shauna. You know.
I have a better computer now. I'll find you, Mr. Troll.
I really try not to pull punches. I do. You know, I got a card last week for someone that symbolized actual physical death, and I was afraid to say it because I didn't want to scare anyone. But it turns out the death had already happened in their life.
How you doing, Larry? By the way.
And Larry, thank you so much for your generous donation today and for checking in on me to see how I'm doing. That was really nice of you. I know you went through hell with PayPal. I would have given up by that time, but thank you for sticking through and sending it. I do appreciate it. This is interesting, Pine Island. Chill and Charlie, have a great night. You know, reach out if you need. I'm always here, even if I'm late getting back. You got the card of seduction, allure, desire, and manipulation. This beautiful bed is the place where someone greeted their unspoken desire and where they met their end. It is the place to which so many of you are drawn, even when you know the outcome may be dangerous. This card comes to you now to warn you, empower you, and ask you to take heed. The one who knows what it is you want has a plan for you, and that plan involves their own satisfaction. There is one about you who understands very deeply what people desire, and most especially what you desire. It is not so simple and crass as sexual satisfaction or a kind of food or even a job or status in life you're being offered. It is the deep feeling that you are understood, accepted, and desired for who you are. But it is a truth that this person who is now seducing you is doing so with every kind of ability to stifle and inhibit your life force. This is not to say that you must look about you now with suspicion of everyone. You must simply become aware of your own desires and your own vulnerabilities. This card is a call to self-knowledge, to understand that when you are called to the beautiful bed, you may be drained and you may even die to a part of yourself. For you will come to know that the love that has been offered to you has been for the satisfaction of someone else. If you do go to bed with a vampire, you will leave a part of yourself there. Someone about you is ready to seduce you, and if you choose to be seduced, they will have what they want, and you will lose more than you could ever know. Be careful. The blessing, you are now able to discern much more clearly between people who are healthy for you and people who you would do well to avoid. You are no longer feeling guilty for saying no to attractive advances. Curse, it's time to reassess a friendship or the kinds of people and situations that you find attractive. Are you inviting unwelcome dramas and situations into your life? Working with this card, you are able to resist unhealthy advances from manipulative people at this time. You are no longer available for others to make use of. I don't see this as a love thing. I see this as something professional. I feel like somebody is coming in and trying to sell you a bill of goods, literally, financially. I would be really careful of any projects that you're working on that involve money. I would be very careful to telling too many people about your ideas and things that you are about to do. I feel like totally lost my train of thought.
I didn't even
I
see that.
it's just stupid. Psychics wouldn't use a card. Okay, bye. um, so I feel like it's just like there are so many people looking to ride your coattails right now and see what they can get out of you that you really have to be one, be careful of who you let into your inner circle. Two, there's going to be a lot of jealousy circling and surrounding you in the next few months. Okay. And number three, reassess your relationship with people outside of your inner circle. Like people just coming in is a better way to say it. People just coming in, really watch them. Don't give away too much of yourself or your ideas or anything right away. This week, keep quiet, except for the people you already told of any ideas or like money making things that you may be doing, anything that you're working on involving giving money, receiving money. Try to keep that to yourself, especially for this week.
Diesel Girl.
Hello, overprotected. All right, Diesel Girl. Let's see. Diesel Girl. I'm going to read Into the Lonely Woods for you. Yeah, my trolley sense is tingling too. I'm like on point now. Yeah, Joshua's gone. If he thinks of us, first of all, I don't offer psychic reading. I offer intuitive oracle, which plays on your own intuition. Thank you, Crowley. And Duck.
Why are you saying duck? If you yell duck, then they don't get hit. You let them get hit.
Well, we don't want Ann to get hit. I said and Duck.
Oh, yeah.
Dragon's like, let her get hit.
No, not that. No hit it.
Overprotected 111. Can someone drop my email in there? If you want to email me about that, I would be more than happy to look into it for you or with you through Skype or something like that. I love crazy vampires in general. I've been searching for real vampires my entire life. Can't find them though. Joshua Benjamin, because he thinks that psychics wouldn't need to read cards, so why doesn't he go to a psychic who doesn't read cards? I mean, I don't need to read oracle cards. It would be I think it would be a lot less interesting if I just sat here like, okay, who's up? All right, hold on. And then I waited 40 minutes for each person for the message to come through. The card really brings it to me a lot quicker. So that's why I use the cards. If I do a face-to-face and someone doesn't want cards, it'll probably take 4 hours, but I'll get it done, you know. Diesel Girl, your presence is a gift to others. And this is a theme this week, isn't it? Being mindful that our presence is a gift to others. Our presence is a present. Sometimes we are alone for so long that we begin to wonder if we can still connect. We ask, what will I say? What if I forget how to behave? Story of my life. We miss the presence of others, yet we fear their rejection, that they will never truly know us. Dear soul, you are lovable. When you find yourself once again with others, and if you fall silent, wondering what to do, take a breath and let yourself become aware of their presence and allow your intuition to guide you. You are worthy of friendship and love, and you are very nearly ready to let others in once again. For as you miss others, they miss you too. Your presence is a gift to all who you meet. Diesel Girl, I feel like this is kind of about understanding that you've gone through a kind of change or transformation recently. And some people in your life, past or present, may not understand what it is that you went through, what it is you've gone through, right? You may have had to distance yourself from somebody specific or a group of people or even a situation that wasn't working for you anymore that you've outgrown. And what this is saying is, I feel like this week, maybe even by the end of the month, this might not be a weekly thing. This might be kind of an until June type thing. Somebody that you've kind of outgrown and moved on from is going to come back ready to respect your boundaries, ready to give it a whirl at being friends or whatever it was again, ready to have you in their life again. This card is telling you, don't fear it. You were able to stand up for yourself once. You're going to continue to do it. You're being empowered by it, okay?
I can't sleep past 7 a.m. Hell, I'm still awake at 7 a.m. Now, sometimes I get an hour about 10 o'clock in the morning. after
Um,
Tai Chi.
BCD, I'm going to read the Mermaid Oracle for you.
Are you going to go ahead and do him? Or
Her,
that
yes.
person? Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm just
You're very welcome. That I usually ask. Most of the time I can tell because of the energy of the person.
Yeah.
I know BCD from back in the Stemma streams, Bushcraft, but Ralph, you're so sweet. But you really are. I like to ask anyway because I don't like to make that assumption. Overprotective 1111, thank you so much. And I'm really proud of my streams and the community that we've all built together here because I do feel like aside from the trolls, anyone can come in here and be themselves. And I don't ever have anyone saying like this is horrible or, you know, everyone's made to feel comfortable and be themselves. And I hope that you can find a home here too in our little tribe. Sunny Bear, what's up, boo? So nice to see you here. Picture little Tonka trucks being driven around at Andrew Gnome's Trucking. All right, BCD, I hope you're still here. Triumph of Galatia or Galatia, not sure. Card number 21 in the Myths and Mermaids Oracle of the Water. I love this one. A mythic beauty takes the ride, across the ocean she doth glide, friends and lover by her side, while I sit and coldly gaze and envy at her carefree ways, and make designs to spoil her days. A sea nymph and her admirers enjoy a magnificent chariot ride pulled by a pair of feisty dolphin fish. This miniature scene is set against the backdrop of a lovely lady's portrait, which suggests they are being watched. Divination meaning you're being watched. Lately you have a feeling... No. Lately, you've been having fun at the expense of getting the job done, and so far there have been no serious repercussions. But be warned, someone has been keeping an eye on you, and you will not get away with this kind of behavior forever. Perhaps she or he is jealous of your carefree ways or simply irritated at your lack of responsibility. In any case, it's time to straighten up and do what you're supposed to do before you get called out. At the same time, the antithesis, don't be paranoid. You have been under a lot of pressure to perform and it's starting to get to you. You feel like your every move is being scrutinized and each mistake could cost you big time. Try to ease up a little. Everyone knows you're only human, and despite how it seems, you're not being judged so harshly. I do feel like somebody is watching you and jealousy and envy. I don't feel like you have to shape up, as the card said, and I think it's really weird that it said that, because what I got from this, the immediate message, was continue being you and living your life. Just be careful, like I advised Pine Island, who you share your inner self with, your inner world, your secrets, what you're doing, how you're feeling, because there is someone who is smiling in your face right now. I used to always say it, right? A snake in your grass who actually behind your back is wishing and doing everything they can to see you fail. Okay. So be very, very mindful about who you allow in, BC. Overprotected, that happens sometimes. And I tell people, if you come in, whether you get a reading or not, because they're personal, but they're general because they're only one card and I have to go so quickly. Like when I do personals, they're like 30 to 45 minutes. You might get a little bit of a message from every single card. And you know what? You'll get the message that you came here for. So anything that resonates with you, take what you can from it and run with it.
So that's like the 3 picks on Monday, or the 4. I call them the 4 picks. I always get a real good cards. I always end up getting something from everything. So all of them. So okay, we got. We did these. Mike Roberts.
Mike. Let's go with Halloween.
No, it's Christmas.
Oh, we love you too, and welcome for sure.
I guess I could be doing that too.
A lot of the time the card means overlap, like a theme. Absolutely. There's like, yeah, there's a theme pretty much every week. 20 out of 30 people will get almost the same exact reading. Unfortunately, a muse, no, just regular vape. 3.5 years clean and sober, and weed will not help that mission. Unfortunately, I wish it would. I've tried. Mike Roberts, it might have been. Yeah, I don't keep track from week to week because it's actually really not me choosing. I kind of say the name out loud, and then a deck will pop into my head. I choose very carefully which decks I'm going to use from week to week because I have almost 70, but I only pull out 15 to 20 every week. I used to pull them all out and putting them all away after not using them. There'd be like 30 I didn't use. It was crazy. Michael Myers on my arm. Yes, absolutely. All right, let's do this. This is a great deck, though. Scrying. Intuition, Mike. You're very welcome, BC. Soften your eyes, begin the trance. Whole worlds are opened, begins the dance. Begin the dance. Scrying is the divination technique of seeing unconscious images or images from the divine or supernatural appear upon or within a surface. People scry into a crystal bowl, a black mirror, water, or even the surface of ice. It is a very ancient technique and one traditionally enacted on Samhain, which is Halloween. The keys to effective scrying are being as relaxed as possible, minimizing possible distractions, softening your gaze, and allowing. The enemy of effective scrying is distraction, both from inside and out. Turn off the phone, electric lights anywhere where you can see them, any music. And if you're scrying outdoors, take the time to settle into the environment and listen to all of the noises so that your mind will not need to break your focus later. It is also vitally important to settle the mind as much as you can. If you regularly meditate, you may wish to use those techniques, or otherwise you can simply shut your eyes and focus on slowing your breath, and this is usually very effective. If you have a specific question for the scrying medium, state it up front. Then, once you feel relaxed, turn your focus inwards. Imagine pulling your energy within you and then focus on the third eye point and imagine opening it. Then gaze in a soft, unfocused way at your scrying surface and simply allow images to form and observe what presents itself to you. Don't engage your rational mind. It's about receiving, not thinking. Should you pull the scrying card, I suggest try scrying. It also indicates that you may wish to develop your intuition further and not rely solely on the logical part of your mind for all of the answers. True wisdom takes a balance of logic and imagination and intuition for true wisdom. There's a lot of grammatical errors in this deck, and I just want to show you guys something really quick. Hang there. Carl, what's up? So this is what I scry with, and it was a gift from Miss Lotus Girl. It is pure black obsidian, okay? You can see the light, it's a reflection of my computer, but it is pure obsidian with the little stand. But you can use like a black bowl filled with water, you know? So aside from learning how to scry, Carl, have you been... Carrie, sorry, because I don't want to confuse anyone. Have you been in here for a reading yet? If not, let me know. So, Mike, maybe you don't want to do this, right? But I think what the universe is trying to tell you is your intuition, just like I've said again many times with the overlap, is very much on point this week. Please pay a lot of close attention to downloads, which are thoughts that you receive that you know are not coming from your brain, things that are coming in, information from dreams, from other people. You may sit there and like you're saying something and accidentally say something else. I've done it a million times while reading these cards. You know, I go to say one word and a completely different word comes out. Why? I was meant to say that. There's a reason for it. Usually try to think logically. So what the universe is telling you is you have to have that balance, right? Because not everything that you're going to receive from the universe is going to make sense. So I feel like really opening yourself up to that fact and to the differences between logic and like your active reasoning mind and your intuition and what's felt and kind of known, your emotion, what's felt, your intuition, what's known, to have that balance is to kind of cast a wider net of what you're able to receive, not just mentally, but physically in your life, like money, a better paying job, a relationship, whatever it is that you're looking for. Because if you go about everything logically, you're not ever going to think outside the box.
Ready?
Yes.
Mac Taylor.
Miss Mac.
Donna's next, if she's awake.
I'm going to read for her anyway. I'll see her Sunday and read for her, but I'll just give her a reading. She can come back. Can it show the woo? I use it as a knickknack. Yes, actually it can. As long as, you know, it says that you should have, I was saying it as in the card, but I mean, you should anyway, always just have all electronic light out. If you use something like that, what I normally would do is I'll put the, crystal ball or the black ball, whatever it is, in front of me, and behind me on a table, I'll light a couple candles. So that way the only light that you're seeing is the reflection of the candle. So, you know, you're not, you know, making things in with the light. Yeah, Mike, I would try to not push anything that pops into your mind aside. Okay, because this is a time of insane amounts of downloads for pretty much all of humanity. Yes. I mean, any color, but I normally use white tea lights. But again, it depends on the size of the dresser. Really, just make sure that you have enough light to be able to see the crystal ball. That's basically the point of it. If there's no reflection of the light in the crystal ball, even better. But sometimes that's not really easy to do. All right. Who is this again? Mac. Date with Destiny. Great card. Card number 43. Out of the ethers and into your life, she arrives now because you have a date with destiny. She is a mysterious creature. Her ways are wild and her guidance is true. She may create chaos from which a new order can emerge, but there is no need to fear. She has come to inspire, uplift, and direct you. A date with destiny is a big deal. It is the moment when you realize there is something helping you out, something intelligent, powerful, wise, and no matter how empowered you are, something even more powerful. Thank you so much, Mike. Have a great night. Than your own efforts. The Oracle of Date with Destiny means that all bets are off. Nothing is held sacred and anything can happen. If you're a control freak, this will probably scare you out of your wits. So you need to know something important. You can trust in Destiny's interventions on your behalf, even if her work seems to be causing your best intentions to go astray. Trust or go mad because you cannot control her and you do not need to. Your divine destiny is your best life. It is you in the fullest and most beautiful creative expression possible. It is what you want and need, even when you don't immediately realize it, even when that is rather different to what you once thought you wanted and needed. Hers is the guiding hand, closing the wrong doors, sometimes slamming them abruptly in your face. Nurse your ego when that happens, but let your soul shout in glee because you'll know it's the calling card of destiny, and then she'll open the right doors for you. She isn't, despite most people's fears, a sadist, but she will dance through your life in her big stomping combat boots, even if that means causing some pain now to avoid a far greater pain later on. The appearance of havoc or mayhem is just a sign that she's at work on a divine realignment assignment. Her every move, even the incomprehensible to the mind, is deliberate and divine. When this oracle appears, you are on a date with destiny. The universe has heard the prayers in your heart, and life is going to answer them by rearranging what needs to be rearranged to sort out whatever has been troubling you. Make sure you let it happen. You're not meant to feel in control. Destiny is an exciting, unpredictable phenomenon. You are probably going to feel a sense of instability, and that feeling of things aren't going to change. You're right. If you allow destiny to take your hand, she'll guide you into the places you really want and need to be. If you cannot trust her, she'll push and prod you to get you there anyway, but you just won't enjoy the journey quite so much. The more you allow yourself to trust in her, the more you realize that the universe is working with you rather than against you, and if you're willing, it will show you the time of your life. So trusting in things that are going on, trusting, Mac, in the changes in your life that you feel like you have no control over, because you don't. And I feel like there's a lot of things going on for you right now, or that are about to start, like coming in, happening for you, where you're like, why is this happening? This is horrible. I feel like you're going to have to overprotected. Thank you so much. If you'd like a reading, just let me know. Mac, I feel like you're going to go through a little bit more of a dark night of the soul. I don't feel like it's your time yet to come through that, into that spiritual awakening, that consciousness shift. But I feel like if you can just make it through with the best smile you can feign or fake for now, you are going to come through this by the end of this year, by the end of the summer even, a much better person. Mac, it's been going on for years. Yeah. 2022 is a big, I keep saying it, but it's so true, a big shift. So whenever it happens for you, it's going to happen this year. You're going to finally come out of that and finally feel like, okay, I can breathe again now. What this is saying is don't get so worked up over things you can't control, because there's a reason you have no control over them, because they're not up to you. Sunny, I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hi. Overprotective 111, I will do my best with a 1-card pull to give you like a specific message, but I am doing personals for like just donation. So if someone doesn't have the money to donate, it's no big deal. I'm doing that for April and May, so I can do my best to give you some info on that tonight, and also give you a personal if you just email me, because sometimes specific messages don't always come up in the 1-card readings, but I will do my best. Let's use the Wonderland Oracle. Let's see if we can't. Just email me, and then what I do is I'll do the reading probably over the weekend, and then I'll send you a link to a YouTube video, but it's a private video that only you and I are able to see, so nobody else will hear your reading or see it or anything. And then if you, enjoyed the reading and you're able to, then my information for donations like PayPal and Cash App will be in the description box. But for now, this is for you. I'm pulling it now since you're new. Good advice in general. Yeah. Connected to Alice. Cool. You're very welcome. Cassie, what's up?
Did downshift leave? Did downshift
I'm not sure.
You haven't seen him. I'll put a question mark beside him. Sorry about that. He was just another one that hadn't had a reading yet. New person. So.
It's okay. Don't be sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Forget who you are. Card number 41. Conditioning falls away. Memory no longer defines you. What do you call yourself? The fawn said at last. Such a soft, sweet voice it had. I wish I knew, thought poor Alice. She answered rather sadly, nothing just now. Think again, it said. That won't do. Alice thought, but nothing came of it. Please, would you tell me what you call yourself? She said timidly. I think that might help a little. I'll tell you if you'll come a little further on. I can't remember here, said the fawn. So they walked on together through the wood, Alice with her arm clasped lovingly round the soft neck of the fawn, till they came out into another open field. You are amidst a new experience, one in which you have no idea of who you are anymore. Paradoxically, the apparent loss of self is a beautiful gift. The loss of memory of the self, the absence of the conditioning that defines us, means we can approach new people and situations with an innocence and a freshness. This is an opportunity to connect from the heart. So it is with Alice as she enters a looking-glass forest with magical powers. All who enter forget who they are. Thus, not knowing he ought to be frightened of a human, a fawn approaches her. She responds with an incredible fondness for the fawn, and they meet in simple affection, connection, and friendship. When we forget what we have been taught to fear or hate, it brings the opportunity for a whole series of beautiful relationships to blossom. This is the situation you're finding yourself in now. Forget what you tell yourself you are. Forget what others have said you ought to be. Forget the enmity, the avoidance, the fear we live with far too often. Forget who you have been taught to be. Instead, reawaken the innocence of the soul. Unknow thyself. Accept the mystery of you. Within that open space, within that forest where we all return to our ancient, most natural self, we can all be one again. Divination, you are discovering what can happen when you rely less on conditioning, memory, and civilization, and more on heart, receptivity, and nature. New friendships, connections, gentleness, and joy will be yours. So the reverse, it didn't come out reverse, but I like to sometimes read them anyway. Defining yourself through labels, cultural programming, rules, and laws, believing everything you've been told you are, missing out on beautiful heart-opening opportunities to connect due to conformity and rigid beliefs. I feel like as far as with your twin flame, I'm not going to get a full reading here, but the first thing I did immediately get is that there's chance for reconciliation if you know where this person is, and I would need more information, because the you that you were when you were with this person and that they were when they were with you is not the you that either of you are now, if that makes sense. It's time to move on from even what we've conditioned ourselves to believe about ourselves and other people. So, not only in that situation, but in all situations, I would really consider this week giving second chances when you can, and relying more on your heart center, your emotions, your feeling, your inner wisdom and knowing than your rational thought process, like we talked about with Mike, right? All of these readings are blending together. This doesn't always happen, but it does happen sometimes, where the universe is saying, listen, break out of the box, okay? Understand that you're different, okay? You could have been sent here with a mission, a light worker, a healer, an earth angel, a starseed, a Martian. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you were sent here for is starting to open up to you. And unless you're able to fully accept the belief or the knowing of who you really are inside, and not be afraid to tell people, okay, to look to the sky and say, I know I'm here from somewhere else. You know, what do you got for me? To whoever's out there listening and watching over you, you're not going to get very far. Forgiveness is definitely a big message this week, but use your intuition when offering forgiveness, because you also don't want people coming in just to kind of screw you after apologizing. Nice and perfect. Thank y'all. Black Dragon, welcome.
Donna.
Miss Donna, I'm going to read for Donna Sunday unless she's still here, because I don't want to.
Okay, I hadn't seen her for a while.
Probably fell sleepy.
Then, Vixen, you're next, man.
Vixen Doe. Let's do Magick of You. You're very welcome. Yes, I need to drink something. RJ stole my water and moved it across the room. I got to get up and get it.
I was going to say something, but I figured that's what happened.
I got the Red Bull. Well, I was trying to keep him occupied while I was trying to work because Ray was so late. And you know, it's a shame because we had to have this huge, dramatic, loud argument where I got really pissed. When all he had to do was be like, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's all he had to say. I'm sorry. I'm going to be late again. That's it.
Yeah.
Just apologize. You know, accept responsibility, right? Yeah. But we know dealing with a narcissist, you can't have any kind of expectation except of failure. Smoochy, welcome.
Hey, Smoochy.
Okie dokie. Who is this for again? I'm so sorry.
This is Vixen.
Vixen Doe. You got Euphoria. Honor yourself. Card number 9. I love seeing new faces in here as well as all of you guys. Sincerely, it really makes me feel good and helps me know that I'm doing the right thing by my soul path and journey and by the universe. Can you see the chat when you're on SOR? Yeah, I come in. I usually can't get in as a host anymore because Dave would need a code and all this stuff because I'm doing this here with StreamYard. But yeah, I can always see it when I'm in there. Vixen Doe, the white goddess with the feathered snake swan countenance, represents the sacred fusion of earth and air, divine inspiration bonded with earthly tangibility. There is a sensual aspect to this card. It is now your duty to honor your physical self in an exalted way. Have you been abusing your body? Poor eating, excesses of toxic substances, and dragging yourself through workouts you don't enjoy is punishing, not celebrating yourself. Don't put anything in your body that's not worthy of your goddess status. Quality over quantity is key at this time, and awaken to your sacred self. Be selective about who you allow in physical proximity to you. In matters of sex and sensuality, do not share your sacred self with someone who is not worthy of you and who does not treat you in an honorable and respectful way. The woman of Euphoria holds her hands gently and seductively over her heart as she considers the blessed magnificence of her reality. She is quiet and reflective. This is a deep inner comprehension, not bound by society's laws and others' opinions. Inside, she is infinite, and her physical form is simply the gateway. Taking care of your diet, you know, I hate giving this advice to people because I feel like if you're not eating healthy, you already know that, right? But if it came up, then it's important for you to hear, all right? So, Vixen, I feel like what this is saying is to be more mindful of who you allow. Again, another message of who you allow in your inner circle, okay? Of who you allow into your inner kind of secret world, who you trust, who you give yourself to, mind, body, soul, spirit, okay? Who you share with, especially this week. I feel like as I give more readings about this consciousness shift, this collective kind of awakening, I'm also giving more readings like this. And that's because there are people who aren't a part of that, right? There are people who are the enemy, who don't want this shift, who don't want us to wake up and see what's really going on, you know, to wake up and see how connected we are to source and how quickly we can change our own reality. And eating better and really taking better care of yourself in every way possible, in any way that you may be struggling to right now, is a really great start. You know, it's a good time to start all of that. Who's next?
Richard.
Richard Elmore.
I'm just letting you do your thing. I'm just hanging out.
Richard, are you still here?
Yeah, he's here. I saw him in chat. Are you, Richard? Speak up. Please.
Okay, so...
Okay, we got you covered. Brown dwarf.
Brown dwarf? Let's do Moonology.
There he is. He's right there.
Oh, there he is. Okay. So...
He got into that 5-second rule.
I would have just done him next. No big deal. So this is for Richard Elmore, so as not to confuse anyone. And next we'll do Brown dwarf. They lose their grip as more awakened. That's exactly it. And they will do anything to keep that grip ironclad, you know. And that's why things like this are so important, you know, becoming more spiritually aware, becoming more self-aware. Todd. Hello, Todd.
Oh, Todd. I missed Todd.
Full moon in Aries. Cool your emotions, Richard. Are you in the middle of an argument or perhaps in the mood to pick an argument? Surely not. Or are you being overly forward? This is a time of heated emotions and frayed tempers. Anger is better than despair, as Abraham Hicks taught us, because anger spurs us on to do something. But you may get better results if you master your emotions. Certainly avoid stirring the pot or it could boil over. Cooling your emotions and being the peacemaker means you'll attract a more peaceful outcome. Seek a balance between you, and me. There's no point in pretending that you don't have intense feelings, as this blocks your manifesting powers. You need to work through your feelings by thinking of the people involved or forgiving yourself. Your manifestation affirmation for this week, out of this, only good will come. So trying to keep a higher perspective, right? What would my higher self do? Trying to remember that we're all human, and trying to understand that being the peacemaker, being the bigger person, being the one that gives in does not make you weak, at least not in the eyes of the universe. You know, that's a human thing. That's an ego thing. All right. Richard, I would be very focused this week on staying away from people that you know are just after aggravating you, who are going to push all of your buttons twice because they want to see you lose out. They want to see you lose something. And when you expel and expend that energy on people like that, it does take away from who you are as a person, at least in the moment. Okay. So it's really important this week that you remain focused and self-aware of your emotional vibration every single day. And if you absolutely must be around someone who's going to do nothing but agitate, aggravate, and annoy, try to destroy you, do your best to just keep quiet, okay? The universe will expose them. You don't have to do anything except to be in control of yourself. And I feel like, I don't know why, because this is all just one card, but I feel like that's really important advice for this week. Steve Stockton. Todd, absolutely. You'll be like, probably after like 3 more, if you can stick around for about maybe 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. What's up, Steve? Brown dwarf, I am going to use the Lightworker Oracle on you. The new deck. Just got to live our truths. Connor, absolutely.
Good night, Blue.
You know, I can't agree more. Blue, good night. Give Shona our love. Steve Stockton, yes, thank you. We had one person who believes that psychics don't need cards, so we got rid of them. We're doing good, though. Thank you. love my friends. Guys, don't forget to hit that like. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check me out on SOR on the weekends. Ghost Dragon and myself on Tuesday nights from 8 to 10 Eastern. PayPal, Cash App information for donations in the description box, as well as super chats. Miss you two together, Steve. We were just talking about that today. Maybe getting a STEMMA reunion going on at some point.
There you go.
All right. Brown Dwarf. You know who I haven't seen in a while? Brown Dot Flop. I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I don't know what happened to her. She got... Last time I saw her was SRR a while back ago.
All right. Merkaba Spiritual Protection. Card number 25.
Dawn hasn't been yet in yet either. Or Be
Yeah,
Kind.
Dawn.
And Be Kind.
Well, at least Be Kind I speak to throughout the week. You know what I mean? I know she's
true.
okay. She's just doing her thing. Being open to receive is a way to gain empowerment, strength, and all manner of assistance. To enhance receptivity, it can be helpful to declutter and cleanse your energy field. This allows for that which is not rightfully yours to be shed. Sometimes this will include the disowned thoughts and feelings of others. When you release these thoughts and feelings, a spaciousness will grow within you. Then you can receive more of what is rightfully meant to be for you, your divine good in all ways. An open, sensitive person can easily become energetically overloaded, and we all in here know that this is true. From physical pain to emotional and psychological tension, an overload does not feel good. You may even feel like you're carrying others on your back, literally, or in your head. The added weight can drag your naturally light vibration down into anguish, doubt, fear, or despair. Your inner vision, too, may be obscured by the overload. That can make it hard to discern what is yours and what belongs to other people. When experiencing overload to your system, whether experiencing overload to your system is an unusual occurrence for you, or you have a tendency to absorb and process others' energies, common for healers, psychics, and mediums, artists, and other sensitive type people, you will benefit from a spiritual cleansing. Afterwards, you may feel less inclined to connect with particular people or work on certain ideas, even if they seemed very important before the cleanse. This means that you are freeing yourself from others' input and discerning the true priorities of your own heart. To accept a spiritual cleansing now, pay particular attention to what you sense immediately after your cleansing. It is a time when you may become very aware of just who or what has been draining you and be able to lovingly but firmly say, you must leave my energy field now and not return without my express verbal permission of my own free will, so be it. This oracle is also confirmation for those of you who have been questioning if a relationship, person, or situation has been draining you or transferring negative energies or thoughts into your energy field. Your insights are correct, and you can now use this energy clearing process to remove the cords of attachment and release any negative energy from that person or situation. A spiritual cleansing, a cord cleansing, or cord cutting, okay? We can do this for ourselves with guided meditations that you can find on YouTube, and we can even do it while we sleep, okay? If the universe pulled this card for you, Brown Dwarf, it's time for you to do this, okay? You may find it silly, you may find it unnecessary, but I feel like you already know the person, people, and or situations that you feel are bringing you down, and I feel like you know what to do about it too, but you may feel stuck. Like you know what to do, but you don't know how to go about doing it. And that's also a very familiar feeling to me and a very common feeling in this community. You know, we don't want to hurt anyone else's feelings, even at our own detriment to our very life source, our energy, right? Our soul, our spirit. But what the universe is saying is enough is enough. Okay, especially for one specific person, relationship, situation, whatever it is, you know, again, or you will be made aware of this week. It's just too much. This person is taking way too much, not giving enough. They're vampiric. They know that they are. If you want to do a cleansing, look up some good guided cleansing meditations on YouTube, cord cutting meditations where you can do it yourself. Now, when you do it yourself, if you're not a Reiki master, then it's not going to last very long, but it will last long enough to give you the clarity to understand who and what needs to go, what and who you've outgrown, okay? And to be able to have the confidence in self and in what you're doing to stand up and say, no more. Like, I cannot take any more of this and I am done, and stick to that boundary, okay? You are being bogged down by so much of other people's weight energetically. it's almost like you don't realize it. You just think that's a part of your life now.
Ready?
Yes.
Johnny Yama.
All right, we're going to do Johnny, and then we'll do that new person I was just saying. Could wait a few minutes, I guess. I don't remember their name. I'm going to have to...
Todd?
Todd. That's it.
You also have Mr. Gerardo, if he's still in here.
See if he's still here. I haven't seen him.
I haven't either.
Johnny.
Yeah, he's still in here. His name's still in chat. So
yeah, I'm just... Well, if they need to be, like, listening, too, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I
know. I'm just saying that, we'll yell when he comes.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, because Downshift isn't answering, but he's in chat too, so he's probably just trying to give you the view.
Once you come in, though, I think you stay in, because I've had people... Okay, Mr.
Really?
Gerardo and Todd are both here.
Yeah.
Excuse me, so we'll do Mr.
Cool.
Gerardo first. Johnny, Mr. Gerardo, Todd, I feel like people have left before and have still been like they're in the chat, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've had that happen. But
Brown Dwarf, that's awesome. Brown Dwarf says, Gemma Jade, I've been hitting the guided meditations and meditation hard lately. Thank you. You're very welcome. Maybe this is the universe encouraging you and letting you know maybe to try some self-cord cutting and sage that shit. All right, Johnny. Dawn, the light after darkness. And whoever said the owls are about to start coming, you are correct, because there is a big owl on this card. After the darkest times, the sun will always rise, the dawn will always come. This can be no surprise. Whilst midnight is often thought of as a magical hour, throughout time, dawn has also had its share of the mystical. All manner of magical beings had to return to their true forms by dawn, werewolves, for example, and vampires could only be active whilst the rays of the sun did not pierce the sky. Dawn and deities of dawn heralded both hope and new life. Goddesses such as Eostir and gods like Helios and Apollo were those who brought new life and the dawn's light to the world. The journey from the darkest night of the soul to a bright and hopeful dawn is one of the deepest and most powerful heroes' paths, repeated over and over again in mythology. Should you receive this card, you are being reminded that there is always a fresh start and a new beginning to be had. Change is unstoppable, and even the most difficult times will pass, no matter how devastating they may seem. Hope is one of the most powerful motivating forces in the universe, and it's being indicated here. So not giving up. Whatever this is in your life, or that's about to come in, and I kind of hope you're already going through it so that this will make more sense to you, Johnny, is remembering that the universe works everything out for our own good. And sometimes dark nights of the soul, Steve, sometimes dark nights of the soul can last for years. You know, it's the universe. Even if it's repeating processes, you have to learn from these mistakes, from these processes, from these pains and injuries, unfortunately. And until you learn fully, you're going to keep going through them. I feel like what this card is saying is you are about to be freed from some sort of emotional pain in your life. In the deepest part of you, a pattern that keeps repeating is about to be broken. Okay? I feel like you may not even see it coming. You may feel in despair, even if it's just about this one person or situation. Maybe if it's even, I keep getting someone that you want to help but can't. And I don't understand that. You might. Maybe you'll understand it this week better. The universe is just kind of patting you on the back and saying, keep going. There is a new day coming, as I've been telling everyone, and it's coming for most of us this year. So hang in there and really try to connect with your guides and connect with your higher self as well. So you can always make the best, most emotionally informed decisions. Steve Stockton said, the higher the hair, the closer to Jesus. Love it. Yeah. Okay, Mr. I don't want to say this wrong. Gerardo?
Yes, Gerardo. Okay. Man, my voice is real low today.
I'm going to go with angels and ancestors. And then Todd, you're next. I know you said you're still here, so we'll just move right into yours. And thank you everyone for your patience tonight. I know we had a late start. I'm going to try to go to 12 if I can. I do have a baby. Smoochie, I don't have a Sasquatch deck. You say that a lot, but I don't have one.
And I'm looking for one.
They don't make them.
Well, I'll find one somewhere. If I can make one myself.
If anyone finds one, please let me know, because I would be interested in getting it. I have Gentle Creatures, and I have Into the Lonely Woods that also has creatures, but I don't have any Sasquatch deck. Okay, so Mr. Gerardo, you got the Sage. Be devoted and committed. One day, yes, I promise. As soon as I come across one, we're getting it. I don't know where to find one. Be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. The Sage represents the wise one within you. When this card arises, you're very welcome, Johnny. It shows that you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher to your peers. It guides you to take notes, as the wandering yogi is on this card, because your knowledge and life experiences can impart incredible insights to those with whom you come into contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and of all your inner workings, because that awareness can bring more clarity to your decisions. Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only a body but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important that you take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. So being called to be a spiritual healer, a leader, right? Mr. Gerardo, I feel like this is telling you, if you haven't started this path yet, right, this could be your first step here. Just getting this simple one card reading, right, into trying to understand your path, why things are happening the way they are, why certain patterns keep repeating, why you keep ending up in the same types of situations and relationships. And I feel like you either are or will be soon at the end of your rope with a certain person or situation. What this card is saying is, you know deep inside who you really are. The parts of yourself that you hide from other people, that you don't want other people to see for fear of judgment, are just begging to be let out. Okay, to become known to the world, to your inner and outer world. Okay, who are you afraid is going to judge you for this, whatever it is, right? Because if you're afraid that someone's going to judge you, that means you don't have much trust or faith in their affection or love or even friendship toward you. This card is asking you to look deep inside yourself through meditation, or even through just taking a few minutes a day to really think about whatever the situation, person, thing is in your life, and to really take a step back and try to think it through objectively, unbiasedly, as though it were happening to someone you care about. What advice would you give them? Give that advice to yourself. Take it. Move forward. And one day, a caretaker from a higher realm, there you go. So you know this. Continue on that journey, because you're going to come into a time very, very soon where you're going to need all of this info, all of these downloads, all of this information to bring somebody who is completely clueless and who's going to be at the mercy of the universe, believe it or not, for lack of a better way to put it. And you're going to be the one that's there. So make sure that you have only the best intentions. Make sure that you truly have done your research and your work, and stop being afraid to share whatever this is that you're afraid to share with other people, like this part of yourself that you feel like there are certain people in your life that can't know because, you know, they might reject you. The universe is saying you're way beyond that. Okay, you're to the point where you already know who and what you are. You know what your mission is. Okay, so be that all the time. And the universe is going to take care of you. Todd. Todd, I would like to use the Sacred Forest deck for you. Judy, what's up? You're very welcome. Real Truth, thank you. Real Truth, I can read you in like 5 minutes if you'd like a reading. I appreciate the donation. Thank you guys so much. Always appreciate your guys' generosity. You're so welcome. It's all you guys. I mean, I could sit here and read all night, but if I have no one to give the message to, you know what I mean? If you guys weren't here, and I would just be reading Ghost Dragons cards over and over again. Blue Heron, no worries, baby girl. Go get some sleep. Get you some rest. You've been doing a lot of big things, amazing things, and I'm really proud of you.
Have a sweet night.
Hummingbird Spirit, the card of joy, Todd. Card number 22. In the sacred forest, hummingbirds have incredibly beautiful auras. A shimmering, sparkling frequency surrounds them. With every flower they dip into, the colors of their aura and the frequency of their energy shifts. Each one hovers directly before you without fear, flashing in iridescent colors in the sun. The vibration of their wings sounds like a universal Open your heart to celebration and fun. Who told you that you need to suffer to grow? Your soul expands and leaps and bounds through following your bliss and expressing your love. Embrace life, yourself, and others in the moment. If you've been waiting until circumstances are different before you allow yourself to experience joy, you're going to have a long wait. Life is always changing. If you don't follow your bliss now, then when will you? Your purpose in life is to experience joy. Take steps towards that now while protecting your personal boundaries. You don't need to do everything all at once, but you do need to start. Happiness spreads to others like wildfire and can help heal the world. Although hummingbirds are small, they are capable of traveling great distances and can even fly backward. Their presence is a reminder that life is not just about reaching the destination, it's about the joy of the journey. Hummingbirds visit an average of 1,000 flowers a day because they expend tremendous amounts of energy. It's necessary to have periodic times of rest. Follow their example and remember to replenish yourself. The spirit of the hummingbird says, replenish yourself. True happiness comes from following the dictates of your soul. Life is change. Be open to change and look for joy in the moment. Find your boundaries and stand strong. Discover your joy. All is well. So Todd, what this card is basically saying is, if you're waiting for the right time, quote unquote, right time to do something, say something, feel something, the right time is now, because there's never a perfect time for anything. Okay. The universe and time doesn't work that way. So whatever it is, yeah, that's preventing you from, moving ahead with whatever this is, a new relationship or a new job opportunity or a move, or even just offering someone forgiveness or accepting it, whatever it is that's personally affecting you the most right now. It's like a spider web effect. I can see it like the cracks in a car windshield. It's like this one thing has caused so many quote unquote bad things in your life. Patterns, again, that keep popping up over and over again. What is it that you're afraid of feeling, right? Are you afraid of being without this person or outside of this situation? And what the universe is saying is you can find joy in every moment if you're aware of your emotional vibration every second of every day. Is it possible to be that? No. But when you're feeling upset and overwhelmed and like you just can't take anymore or you want to give up, the idea is to step back, okay, and count your blessings, even if you have to make a gratitude list. I feel like a lot of people think spiritual awakening, I always say this, as like sitting on a mountaintop dressed as a monk and and in meditation position. But really you should be in a straitjacket in a padded cell bashing your head against the wall, right? Not being able to take anymore. But once you come out of that, it's like the worst possible things that could happen. But that's because you're growing and changing in life for your soul and as a human being, right? So you can experience your fullest potential and your greatest time of joy is still yet to come. I feel like you should put up boundaries. I feel like you need to stick by these boundaries. And that doesn't mean being selfish or mean or unkind. It's just saying, hey, I love you. I want you in my life. But if you can't respect this, then I just can't be around you anymore. And really meaning it. Okay. I feel like you're want to people please you're feeling like you need to people please is what's causing a lot of this stress, when really what you should be doing is worrying about um, pleasing yourself and your own higher self, so that you can transcend all of this and ascend spiritually. Because I do feel like you are on that path, whether you realize it or not. Guys, I need a 5-minute break to use the potty, grab some Jolly Ranchers, because I am starving and I'm obviously not going to have dinner tonight. So 5 minutes, I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. If you're in here, you're on the list, just be patient. And if you don't have a lot of time, let me know and I'll read you right away. Real talk, are you still in here? Because I'll read you quickly before I head out, because I know you said you were in and out. And there's that too, finding joy and love in bacon, because I don't trust people who don't like bacon.
Yeah, they're still here. Well, maybe they left. I don't know. I thought I saw them, but I guess I did.
Spookles!
Hey, Spook Cat.
You almost came in right at the break. We're about to take a break. Coffee break, yeah. So 5 minutes, guys. It's like 10:07, 10:08 Eastern right now. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Oh, wait. Let me read for Real Truth real quick. I said I would.
Oh, all right, you did, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
Real Truth. Let's do the Celtic Spirit. Eris, okay, we'll see you in 20, babe.
In 20.
Todd, you are so welcome. And I'm just the Oracle giving the messages out, but I do appreciate you coming in, and I hope to see you again. Don't forget my water. Yeah, I'm staring at it. I'm like, water. The Gatekeeper, card number 32.
I can't reach it. I'm sorry.
Gatekeeper, power, and abundance. It's all right. I got this. Dragons to the Celts were seen as the gatekeepers to other worlds and caretakers to treasure. Drawing the Gatekeeper card is very significant. This high vibrational card means that abundance is coming your way because you've put in the hard work. It has not gone unnoticed, and the dragon is gifting you with help and abundance in whatever form you need at this time. Look at that card. It's awesome.
That's a cool card.
And for your future success. You might have reached the point where you know where you are going and what you need to do, but the resources don't seem to be there for you. Know that they will come at the right time. Once you gain the ally of a dragon, you must ensure you remain true to your word. They don't take kindly to tricksters, but are also able to recognize one if they see one. They will only appear to you if you are worthy and humble about it. There is no place for ego here. There is only space for truth and an eagerness to do good. The most powerful of all Celtic symbols, the dragons were also known as great protectors. They protected for great treasures of the world. They protected the great treasures of the world, and that man always longed for. The Celts believed that wherever a dragon flew, the land would become more powerful. They are a symbol of vision, wisdom, and prophecy. They were the guardians of all knowledge and wisdom, which may be why we see them sitting on their gold. You see, treasure is not always about money or material items. Therefore, by drawing this card, you may ask the dragons for their guidance, wisdom, and knowledge of the future. They may aid you by giving you riddles to solve, but know that any guidance from the dragons will help you with your quest. AK Willie.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I don't know if Dave Scott has crabs, actually. You guys are crazy. Thank you so much. Real Truth, I feel like this is just another reminder that you are on the right path and you're at the right spot in your life right now for true spiritual transcendence on your journey. Okay. Don't be afraid this week to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask questions when you don't understand or just simply want to know something. And don't be afraid to call people out on their BS. Okay. That's a big one that I'm getting here. Be fierce like the dragon. Don't be afraid to hurt someone's feelings for simply asking them to clarify something. I feel like a lot of us do that. We're like, ooh, we don't want to step on any toes. Like, that doesn't sound right to me. Do you know what I mean? Be sure to ask and speak up. The universe is going to guide you with which questions to ask, which way to go, especially this week. And please don't give up and don't stop whatever it is that you're doing or aiming for or working toward, because this right here is literally the universe telling you it is coming soon, but you must stay the course and stay strong. Guys, thank you. We'll be back in 5 minutes. I love you guys. Thank you. Much better. What's up, guys?
Yeah, just throw me over in the corner. That's fine.
I've got the Jolly Ranchers in my mouth. Sorry. All right, who's next? Someone try to end by 11:30. What's up, guys? What is that?
Not me.
That's me. I've got the Jolly. There we go.
Roger Blair, if you're still here. I don't know. I haven't seen him, but are you still here? Give him some time, and then after Roger will be Rhodey. New England Rhodey, are you still here? And then Iris.
Make sure to report too, guys, okay?
Yeah, they have been.
Awesome. You guys are the best. So stupid.
I caught the tail end of that. I caught the tail end of that.
Oh.
Troll smashing. Okay, Rhodey's here. If you want to go ahead and do them since the other two didn't answer.
Yep. New England Dirt Rhodey. Let's go with Lightworker.
Well, it's got you going smoother now.
Overprotected 1111. I don't usually deal with trolls. And I say that hoping, but last week was really bad. But it was the first time in like 8 months I really had any. So
that was insane.
Yeah.
They went all out, but man, they gave you a crap load of views.
They get it's what they do. They bring me views because nothing that they say bothers me. They come in and they're like, Gemma stole my son's money for cancer. Okay.
Well, okay until they started making fun of Larry. That made me mad.
The problem is they started making fun of someone in the chat whose mom recently passed and started going after my viewers, my friends. So, but as far as me, they don't bother me. They do throw me off because I'm trying to channel and get messages coming in, and then I'm also seeing this out of the corner of my eye, and I have to go out, and then I can't communicate. It's a pain in the butt. But they gave me like 116 views.
Yeah, they did.
All right, New England Dirt Rhodey.
Yep.
Card number 23, Initiation by Water. Your spiritual path this lifetime involves you becoming a clear channel for spirit. You are meant to communicate with higher guidance from loving spiritual worlds. Your initiation by water will further open your receiving channels, dislodge lower vibrational material, and sensitize you to the subtle realms of light. You are being open to a world of which you may have only dreamed, such is its beauty, grace, and love. Situations have been arising in your world that evoke emotional reactions and challenge your own opinions and beliefs. You may not feel in control. You may feel like your world, your own emotions have become like a stormy sea in which you are tossed around, and you are doing your best not to drown in the chaos. Yet you are not to fear it. It is stirring that which has been held within so it can be released. The storm will pass and the waters of your emotion shall become more serene. You could compare the process to a glass of water with muddy sediment at the bottom. The water appears clear as the mud is left to lie. Yet once the water gets stirred up, the mud rises. Then it can be filtered out and the water will be clearer than ever before. The turbulence was a step that led to greater clarity. The waters in the glass are comparable to your emotional waters, and the fixed opinions, beliefs, and long-held emotional patterns based on unresolved past pain are the sediment at the bottom of the glass. Hold the glass up to the light. Can the light shine through the sediment? No, but it can be seen through the clear water. Remove the sediment and the water will be clear enough to allow light to shine through without obstruction or distortion. The light is the light of spirit, of higher truths, of unconditional love, of peace, wisdom, and joy. You know that you are meant to be a channel for the truths of the spirit. As an advanced soul, you are capable of successfully enduring the process of filtering out whatever would obstruct the clearer flow of higher consciousness through your being. Whatever pain you are feeling right now is a sign of emotional healing and recovery. You are encouraged to accept and process your feelings, especially those that do not make much sense to you. Your emotional truths will make more sense as you heal. If you can get help from a healer, therapist, counselor, or mentor, they will support you and help you resolve your part of the process more swiftly. Know that even though it challenges you at times, this is a good thing that is taking place, necessary for you to more fully receive the divine connection for which you yearn. New England, are you aware that you are a channel?
Probably not.
A channel like what I do, like bring messages. It doesn't have to be through oracle cards or through being psychic. It could be,
strong intuition.
Strong intuition, a feeling that you get about somebody the second you meet them. Now, everyone gets these from time to time, but I'm talking like you just, every person you meet, you know what's up with them, you know, whether you call them out on it or not. You were told that today. Outside of here?
That's why.
Okay. By your Reiki healer. There you go. So this is just even more of a sign for you to really try and figure out where you fit in. Okay? What kind of channel you're being asked to be, because I'm doing this right now, but I plan on fully and completely offering myself to ETs to channel for them. I guess what I would start by doing is hold on. I'm trying to see what they want you to do here. If you can meditate to try to connect with your higher self, not your higher power, your higher self, you should be able to get information as to where you're needed. And I feel like you should not doubt the process, even if it ends up being painful. There are people that are going to reject this idea and inevitably end up rejecting you because they reject the idea of a channel, of a psychic, of an intuitive, of a sensitive, of an empath. Some people don't even believe in empaths. Real truth, I was going to get to that. You should really look into this, because especially twice in one day like that, the universe is asking you to step up and kind of quote unquote do your job, do what it needs you to do. And then you can start clearing through a lot of the pain, you know, and over emotion, and learn how to filter that stuff out, filter in and out what's yours and what's this person's, you know, so you're not taking on other people's BS. Real Truth says, thank you for reading. I'm a troll in a lot of Bigfoot and truther sites, seeing people taking money from gullible, naive, beautiful people. I'm probably hated on those sites. You're very welcome.
I do the same thing. Real
I take my troll for a stroll every once in a while. Yeah. But it's just me. I don't get like a whole army of people to shut down someone's stream. I go in.
I don't try to shut them down. I just speak the truth.
I try to let people know the truth. Yeah. You know.
Okay. Iris, if they're still here.
Who?
Iris.
Eris. He said he'd be back in 20 minutes, like
okay. I'll put
10, 15 minutes ago.
Ann Palmer.
Miss Ann.
Ann. You still here? I know you're here somewhere.
A lot of foreign energy in your space. Yeah, and you know that's so crazy, because someone told me that exact thing very recently, like less than a week ago. And I remember thinking like, yeah, I know this. But the problem is I continually, as I get rid of this arm's worth of baggage, someone else is piling this on. Because I just, Jesus, I can just walk down the street and pick up energy from like people in their house. Like if someone's having an argument, I will pick, it's so horrible if I don't protect myself the right way. And when I'm just going for a walk, I don't think to protect myself. But you could also, and I've been seeing this a lot in the personals, not so much with myself. I mean, I've done it, but a lot of us have this where we carry baggage from so many different lives that we've lived and we are living and we will live. And we feel hopeless and helpless when we hear that, because it's like, well, what can I do about that now? And there's so much you can do about that and so many ways to protect yourself. All right, Anne, let's do it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Marid, yes, you can be next. Anne, you got card number 35, the card of home. Maraid, you're a trooper. Thank you so much. Sophia, what's up? Anne, how do you keep recreating home? In the context of this teaching, let's use the word quote-unquote home to describe your unconscious ability to attract intimate partners with the positive and negative qualities your parents instilled in you. This card honors the wounded child in you that keeps recreating home, hoping to get your child's developmental codependency needs met. You might even provoke the other to act or look like your original parent. In a world where so many of our natural emotions were not encouraged and worse yet suppressed, you are now encouraged to feel the feelings trapped inside of you and that consistently sabotage your life. For some of us, home was an amazing, empowering, and happy place, but for most of us, it was lacking. There was unease and hurt. This is imprinted on your nervous system, which forces the dysfunction you have with your parents to rise to the surface with your current partner and people close to you. So, Smoochie? Actually, I have like 6 pounds of only reds, including the cinnamon hots. So it was actually watermelon, but I do like green apple. And what this card is saying is you keep attracting the same people and keep repeating the same emotional patterns. And that's not an indictment on you or like any kind of judgment. It's just what you're doing. And I don't think you're aware of it. Okay. I think that what's happening is you're going to what's familiar. The reason this card is coming up is because there's a pattern that you're about to repeat for the umpteenth time that you've been trying really hard not to and to stay away from. And I feel like there's a certain person that's involved here that brings this part of you out. This scared little kid or this, verbally abusive so-and-so, it doesn't matter. This person brings out a bad side of you. This person brings out a part of you that you've worked hard to let go of. This person, for whatever reason, is entering back into your life soon or has recently entered back into your life. Do not give them the energy. Hi and bye. All right? They're not ready or willing to be accountable, to be responsible. They're not willing to apologize. They're not even willing to accept forgiveness. They just want to be in your life to watch you act a certain way as though you were a puppet on a string. Whether this makes sense to you or not, it will soon, because this person or this situation is going to pop up again. And if you don't steer clear of it, it's going to be habitual again. Stayed away from a relationship for over 12 years. So you're not going to want to jump back into that specific relationship or the same type. And something is coming that's going to rile you back up and put you in that mode. Oh, Mermaid. Mermaid, let's do mermaids.
And then Chris is after her because I actually wrote them down together.
Who? Oh, Jarvis. Yeah, they're always together.
I know.
Jarvis, are you still here?
I think he is. I thought I saw him earlier.
Crystallized ginger dipped in dark chocolate. That sounds very interesting. I have 2 cheese sticks here. I already ate one. They're not even like the good kind. They're like store brand. Which a lot of things are good, but not cheese sticks.
My dad worked for Hostess. I was weaned on ho-hos and Twinkies.
I'm trying to lose weight. Okay. I'm not going to accept those because 3 of them came out. Excuse me. Maraid, you got card number 38. I have the hiccups. The card of Stranded. For the solitary seafarer, the time has come to weep. Longing empty yearnings for her dreams dreamt dark and deep. Forlornly lamenting, she aches to close the gap she keeps, remembering a loved one as she's drifting off to sleep. Slipping into nothing in oaken gnarled embrace, listlessly awaiting the sun's illustrious face. Alone on an island swiftly shrinking space, she is stranded alone, afraid, and in disgrace. Alone and stuck in a gnarled tree on a deserted island, a melancholy mermaid stares into the distance, oblivious to the sunset rising behind her. She is pale and lost in a reverie. She is isolated and lonely. But why? Divination message. Stop isolating yourself. You may feel deserted, but it is a self-imposed isolation. What you see as rejection is all in your mind. Others are not avoiding you. You're avoiding them, preemptively preventing them from rejecting you. It is not healthy to avoid relationships and interactions for fear of losing a loved one or of becoming embarrassed. It is time to step off the island you have created for yourself and join the rest of society. Make contact with a friend you have been avoiding, go back to the classes and meetings you bowed out of, and wisely invest in new modes of communication so you can talk once again with the world. The world is waiting for you. It is up to you to take the first step. The antithesis, granting yourself time out. Sophia, have you ever gotten a reading here before? Overprotected. If any of you do, I will buy it. I get Patreon money every month and donations for those types of things, for decks. I have no issue with purchasing decks. That's how I got almost all of them. All right, Maureen, what's going on here? What I'm seeing is you could be isolating yourself for fear that you're going to be left rejected. I think more of what's going on is that you're getting nervous about some type of situation, starting to second guess and question, and that's leading you to think that it's going to be just like, you know, this other time when this happened, and then you're working yourself into a panic, stressed mess and getting yourself all wound up, really for no reason, because everything's fine. You're not being rejected. Nobody that you care about or you're wondering about is lying to you. So yeah, Sophia, you can go on the list. Absolutely. And good for you making major changes for sure. Mairead, I feel like you just need to, again, take a step back, kind of look at it from a different perspective and try to understand why this person is behaving the way that they are, but also understand that it has nothing to do with you. If this is someone you really care about, then help them get to the bottom of it. I don't think this is so much about you, as it is about someone you're very close to. Okay. I feel like, well, yes, you may be afraid of rejection and you may be afraid of repeating patterns. I'm not getting a lot of your energy off that card. I'm getting more of, it's one specific person that's struggling through something, but not really talking to you about it. So you're taking it as some kind of rejection. If this doesn't make sense, don't worry, it will. Something is definitely coming up. Do your best to lend an ear without taking on all of the negativity, lower vibrational energy, and emotion that comes along with a situation like this. Jarvis, Moonology. Eris, all right, you're up soon, honey. Smoochie, I could use Wonderland on you if you'd like. Yeah, Mairead is way too beautiful to be rejected. Absolutely. You guys can always pick the deck. I just can't have every single person pick. Like, I have people come in and say, hey, can I get the dragon deck or the vampire deck? And I always oblige if I can. It's just like I used to do it where everyone picked their own deck and everyone picked a number, and it would take forever to get through a reading. So you let the universe do it now. But if you feel compelled to choose or drawn to a specific deck, I will absolutely do that for you. All right, Jarvis. First quarter moon in Sagittarius. Believe in your own good luck. You lucky son of a gun. Nope, that would be Capricorn. Hey, get back here. Come here. Release your blocks. That's not right either. That's Scorpio. Sorry, guys. I just had like the biggest brain fart here. Okay. Believe in your good luck, Jarvis. Whatever is going on in your life, you need to take care of the small stuff and the big stuff will fall into place. Problems can arise now because of carelessness or a judgment lapse. Avoid telling everyone your opinion until you're sure you know exactly what's going on. Think about the baby steps you need to take on your way to your goal and don't take too many risks. Believe in your own good luck, but don't be arrogant about it. Think an important decision through very carefully before taking action. Your challenge when this card comes up is to dream, but be prepared to put in the hard work required to make the dream real. Make peace between a part of you that needs everything to make sense and the part that wants to throw caution to the wind. I feel like you may be getting like frustrated a little bit with a certain situation. Like, why is it not moving fast enough? Why have we taken steps back? Whether it's a personal relationship, it could be with a job, it could really be anything, Chris. But I feel like you're second guessing, like, why are we here again? Like this again? Like, why are we, you know? Sorry, girl's got to have her vices. And the fact of the matter is, I feel like there's a part of you that wants to take this as some kind of rejection, but really it's almost the same thing as I just said to Mairead. It's really understanding that you are on the right path. You're on the right track. You're doing the right thing, but there is someone in your orbit who is making you second guess. Okay. You specifically, Jarvis, someone is being one of those people that looks at you and they're like, how did this guy, you know, whatever, you know, I did this, and this, and somebody's jealous of you, dude. And, you know, their claws are showing. And I do believe it's another masculine energy. It doesn't have to be a man, but it is very masculine energy. Who this person can't believe your quote unquote good luck and doesn't realize that you worked towards what it is that they're jealous of. You have taken the steps and the necessary measures, and you understand that you still have so far to go yet. Okay. Don't give up on what you want. Don't give up on what you've been working for, because you are doing an amazing job. Let's do Eris, because we had called him when he wasn't here.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was just going to say Eris. I'm sorry. I keep muting myself.
Don't stop apologizing. You're fine.
Sorry.
We're laid back here. Like, we're good. The Guardians, which is total fear porn. Nightmare. I love you guys. Eris, I'm going to use the Ravenswand. You guys really do make my whole night. You guys in RJ, and my little close-knit group of people, having you guys all in one place, it's really nice, and it's very refreshing. Daisy and the Dandelion. Oh my god, I never pulled this card before ever, and it's so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys have to see this. It's literally a dandelion. Hold on, I gotta make the screen bigger for a second. Do you see him? She's tickling him.
That's cool as shit. Oh. I keep cussing.
Yeah, they're gonna report me. They're like, we're in here to report people. I actually got reported for something last week. They wanted to, what is it called? Half monetize me. Yeah, no. I appealed it. I guess I might have said like the F word when someone was messing with us, or I said poop, or I said something. I guess they were just in here. They were going to report me no matter what. Yeah. But YouTube gave me the full monetization.
Okay.
Eris, the dandelion, is very happy to have his tummy tickled. He knows how to enjoy simple pleasures and doesn't mind showing it. Let his appearance in your reading remind you to make room for fun in your life. He's encouraging you to plunge into that soft bed of dandelion seeds and scatter them just for the thrill of it. Go on. Nobody's looking. Dandelions aren't popular with gardeners. They never seem to retreat, no matter how often they're dug up. The seeds scatter, and it's not long before the garden's full of those cheerful yellow flowers again. As humble as the dandelion might be, its powerful message is telling you that there's something going on in your life that you need to try harder at. Maybe you need a rest first. Then, when the next breeze comes along, your efforts will be like those seeds, ready to start afresh. So I'm getting two messages here, obviously. The first one is to have some fun, okay? You need to take a step back. You are not giving yourself a break, okay? You're being too hard on yourself, too rough on yourself. You're judging yourself way too harshly. One. Number two, that doesn't mean give up completely. What the universe wants you to do here for this week is unplug, okay? For as long as you can, as much as you can this week. No phones, no social media, no texting, messages, emails, nothing like that. Just you and your thoughts and yourself, okay? Have some fun. Do something that you love that you haven't done in a while. Okay, take all of your plug-in time to do things like that. RJ is casting again, and he just turned the TV on up here from downstairs. Give me a second, guys. I'm watching Coco Melon now.
Coco Melon. We were all dancing.
Soap in the bubbles, filling up the tub. Okay. Stop being so hard on yourself and take that time that you would normally be plugged in to like your computer or even in listening to some music, to listening to some guided meditations. You know, I always recommend those to you guys, even Scalar. Okay. It's time for you to really learn, Eris, about self-care and also self-compassion. You're being too hard on yourself, and this is the universe telling you, like, dude, you're good, you're doing the right thing. All of this is a learning process for all of us. We were built with ego built into us, right? So in order to shift consciousness, we have to get beyond ego. How do we do that, right? That's all a part of this game. It's very hard.
Tokyo, Japan is what it says. I was going to write it out. But...
Who's next, babe?
Grey Wolf, I'm sorry.
Grey Wolf, did you get your personal overprotected? Yeah, I thought I was done having kids. And then I got the surprise of a lifetime in February 2018. My son was born on Friday the 13th in July in 2018. And he's a triple Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Total mama's boy, pain in the butt. But I gotta love him.
I'm not even allowed on Twitter, Dragon. No, I'm not even allowed near it. I got pretty bad.
Bigfoot on, are you still here? I can't forget to read for you. I always think you leave, so I never like really come back to you. All right, Miss Lindsay. Yes, he was born on Friday the 13th, and it's kind of a little bit of a crazy story. I'll tell you guys quick. He wasn't due until August 6th, and this was July 13th. So my husband, his father's birthday is July 14th. And I went into labor at like 5 p.m. on the 12th, and I was like, we need to go to Taco Bell. And Ray was like, why? I'm like, because I'm going to have the baby tonight, and I want to eat. And he's like, okay, that's weird. But then I decided I'm just going to go to sleep, wake up the next day, and kind of like push through it. And so I tried. But then at like 2:30 in the morning, I woke up in like tremendous pain. And I'm like, I don't want to have the baby on Friday the 13th. Like, no. And got to the hospital like 45 minutes later. And within 15 minutes, he was born on Friday the 13th. So where did he go? I didn't do that. Did he do that to himself? I'll just wait for him to come back in. Bernstein, yo. Okay. Renewal, card number 27 from the Lantern Oracle. Regeneration begins with decay. When the foundation of our life cracks or the identity we understand ourselves through collapses, it can take some time to clear out the wreckage. It can take even longer to build a new vision and begin constructing our life's new direction going forward from within. Internally, we must first undergo a radical shift in thinking and feeling. It is so radical that once it is fully processed, it has the power to reconfigure who we are in ways that enhance and restore our vitality. The gestation period can be challenging and, at times, bring us to our knees. The many non-literal deaths we experience throughout life are for releasing whatever has come to an end. The nature of our continual evolution requires us to rid ourselves of all the debris in allowing for our highest growth. If we truly need what is lost, we will, in essence, but not necessarily form, find it eventually returned in an improved state. And if not, what is now genuinely right and necessary for us will come in due course. Nonetheless, the shock of what is not the same and painfully missed can continue to shatter and devastate us until we finally comprehend and restabilize from what has ended and is no more. Renewal takes the time it takes. Nature will not be rushed. However, your spirit self will eventually awaken and shine through you. The featured guardian has shown up to remind you that renewal opens you further into all that you are. It is time to surrender something of who you believe you are to experience how much more of you there is to be explored and enjoyed. Long term, it is much more arduous and painful to remain stuck and, what's up, Hilton? Limited because you have refused to fully shed and leave behind the dead skin of your past. The challenging process of regeneration is all about expanding into your new beginning. Embrace the next chapter of your life and let it be the best one so far. The Guardian's message, renewal, reconciles every ending to its new beginning. Grey Wolf, I feel like you are undergoing a lot of personal change, spiritual growth right now. And I feel like you're outgrowing a lot of people, situations, things, even places that used to be really sacred to you. Relationships that you held so dear. And it's not that you don't care about them anymore. It's just they're not kind of fitting in your narrative right now, right? They don't there's no room for them anymore. And what the universe is saying is that's okay, because everything that is meant to be will be. Okay? What the universe wants you to acknowledge, especially this week, yes, certainly having a shift in my thinking. Yeah, it is that internal shift, not just in your thinking, but in your energy altogether, okay? You're becoming a new being, a new creation, a fresh spirit, whatever you want to call it. Not holding on to the things that you're losing, but instead focusing on the things that you're gaining. Really focusing on what is coming in, not what's going out, okay? And I think that's a really, really important lesson for all of us, but for you specifically and especially for this week, all right?
You can go ahead and do Jules, because Ralph, I think Ralph left. He hasn't come back yet, unless he did come back.
Well, I can read for Jules.
Okay, go ahead and read for Jules.
Jules, I'm going to use Lantern for you too. Black Dragon, that's very sweet. I didn't know that. Are you talking about domestic abuse or animals? Probably people, right? Because you say you make this one. I don't know why I just asked that.
Okay. I used to work with Down syndrome kids. Yeah, I got too touchy. It made me cry one day, and I can't do this.
Jules, card number 7, distorted perceptions. Reality is rarely what we are raised to believe it is. Love this card. How we experience the world changes throughout life. Such shifts in perception typically occur when an event, a person, a place, or a new life stage leaves us questioning something integral to what had been our understanding of the world or ourselves. Consequently, our perception and thinking shifts irreversibly and changes how we experience our reality. The maiden's expression is calm and accepting as she observes the world without the distorted lens of the feathered tent. The tent represents the outdated cultural, ancestral, and social conditioning she is awakening from. She stands firm and in solemn awe of the wisdom revealed in her newfound worldview. All that she had been raised to believe about the world and herself no longer applies. She sees beyond how limited and false certain aspects of her perception and understanding had been. With this new perspective and clarity, it is now possible for her to grow beyond, rather than blindly repeat, the intergenerational pattern fears and false beliefs that would otherwise have a deterring effect on the life she would go on to live. A sophisticated shift in consciousness will soon be made available to you. Initially, seeing things differently may feel alienating or even like a betrayal or a great loss. This is almost the exact same reading I just did for Lindsay, but a different card. It may present initial challenges in what to do with and about this new perspective, especially if what you had envisioned for your life is dramatically altered as a result. The maiden assures you that any confusion, grief, or upheaval from releasing distorted perceptions or limiting beliefs will eventually open into amazing opportunities, remarkable growth, and an increase in self-sovereignty. Maiden's message: power, beauty, and liberation happen when we do not close our eyes or retreat back into the mentality we have outgrown. Another spiritual awakening. Gray, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. I really do appreciate that very, very much. Means a lot to me to get that kind of reinforcement. There's another R word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it.
Sorry.
Acreon, welcome. No, that's okay. Either one is fine. I like when people know who I'm referring to. Grey
Oh
Wolf,
yeah,
thank
you're fine.
you.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm
Um,
sorry.
God, stop apologizing.
I love you. I'm sorry.
Grey Wolf, or not Grey Wolf. See, now I'm confused. Jules. It's really important that you understand any uncomfortability that you have or even fear of what's about to happen next is perfectly normal and should actually make you feel better and more comforted that the universe is changing you from the inside out. It's really important not to go to people for advice or just to even have a shoulder to cry on or to speak to who aren't on your same spiritual level or awakening level, okay? People who are still going through more of a dark night of the soul than you are going to be jaded and upset and possibly even doubtful. People who have no idea what any of this is or what this is about or what's really going on and doesn't even understand collective consciousness or source are going to tell you you're crazy and want you to go back to thinking that. So you have to be really careful who you shared this new information with and this new mind frame and all that with, because there is a very real chance that someone is going to try to bring you back, which is okay because you're going to end up where you're supposed to be anyway, but it's going to take a lot longer. So keep a small circle, especially for this week, and spend a lot of time as much as you can with like-minded individuals. Real truth, thank you. You're a very special person, Gemma. As a dad of a very special daughter who kept me alive when her mom died in a car accident in 73, you remind me of her. She still takes care of her dad. Thank you. That's really sweet. And my mom obviously did not pass, but I did live with just my father for a really long time, and he drives me nuts, but he is my best friend, and I do take care of him, I must say. So that's really cool that you said that. Thank you.
One second here. See. Jessica Lee still here?
I didn't even see her.
She came in and then she kind of disappeared. Carrie.
Carrie, yeah, I think she left.
Black Dragon, you wanna wait or you want one now?
No, do one now if you want one, because I'm gonna end as soon as the list is done, so I can put RJ to bed. If I have to go to 12, I will for you guys because we started so late. But
okay, James Weston, I think he left too. Ralph is gone, I think. Chase. Okay. AK Willie. Smoochie. Go ahead and do Smoochie and see if
Smoochie will do Wonderland. If any of you guys that he just called are here, just say so. And as I see you pop up, I'll just start reading for you. No big deal. I'm not in any kind of rush. I'm just saying if I don't have to go to 12, I'm not gonna. Black Dragon, you're going to be next. Then Jules, message me, okay? I have a lot going on, but I don't tell you guys to message me just because it sounds good. Even if I don't get back to you within, 20 minutes, I will always get back to you that same day, whether it's to say, hey, this is when I can talk, or a big towel. I don't know. What? That's hell, not towel. I don't know what is going on, girl.
I'm lost.
I think your keyboard is messing up or something. Towel. Oh, a towel. What do you guys? You're not the first person to say that, but I always catch that at the end of a stream where I don't recognize it till afterwards. Blue Crossroads has said that multiple times to me. What do you mean? Yeah, Grey Wolf, same. Love more people in my quote-unquote tribe than in real life. It's true. Yeah, Black Dragon, you're good. We're good there. Smoochie, thank you for that Baby Shark song in my head, though. I don't mind him, though. Do I? All right, Smoochie, you got card number 16. A moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, and fearing you've made a mistake. What is that a tell for? I know I do it. I do it to the point where I try to not do it. Now
you can tell you're trying not to do it, too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Smoochie. It was much pleasanter at home, thought poor Alice, when one wasn't always growing larger and smaller and being ordered about by mice and rabbits. I almost wish I hadn't gone down that rabbit hole. And yet, it's rather curious, this sort of life. When we make life changes and take large steps into the unknown, it is perfectly natural to have a moment or two when we wonder whether we have made a series of mistakes. When this card comes to you, it shines a light on the doubts you are having and asks you to accept these uncertainties as part of the process of change. You are so very far away from where you once were, but you still have no clear idea of exactly where your path will take you, and you are filled with uncertainty. This is my card for the week. There's always one card that I resonate with very much, and I think this is it, Smoochie. Understand that as you change, there will be many ups and some downs too. It is not in your best interest to judge yourself harshly. Instead, anchor yourself firmly in the present moment and allow any regret and nostalgia for your comfortable past to wash over you and let it flow right on by. You are on a remarkable journey of change. It is one that will lead to wisdom, experience, and adventure. You have made a wonderful choice, so take heart in knowing that all change creates waves and disruption. Do not make more of your misgivings than they are. They are the natural consequence of bravely stepping out of your comfort zone. Divination, second guessing your decisions, berating yourself for the choices you've made, feeling regretful and missing what was. Nostalgia, living in the past, a focus on what is going wrong or what could still go wrong. And that's wrong, quote unquote. So there's an important message here that I feel compelled to give you, Smoochie. And that's that every single thing we've ever said, felt, done, whatever, okay, our entire quote unquote past has so much more relevance, every single second of it, than we can even understand in this present moment right now. There is nothing you've done that you should fear, be ashamed of, or even regret, because every single one of those things that you could be feeling that way for led you to where you are now. And that's as a spiritual being who is on the verge of some kind of awakening. These are really strange times for a lot of us, but it's a really major time in the world and in our universe, really. And you're a part of that, right? You're a huge part of that. And I think, Smoochie, you're a bigger part of that than you know. Whatever world it is, psychics, cryptids, ETs, ghosts, it doesn't matter. Your part of that world is a genuinely significant role that you're playing. So even in all of that fear, regret, and doubt, it's okay to feel those things. It's okay to have a moment. But please don't get stuck there and be brought back, because then the universe is going to put you through even more struggle, fearing that you didn't learn. Okay, you're being called, and you're going to be needed very soon to be some kind of teacher of sort to someone. You're going to be mentoring someone, whether purposely or completely by accident. Someone is looking to you for advice and guidance on the very same situation you've gone through a short while ago. I don't know what that is or who that is or what, because this is just a one card reading. But the time is going to come for you to be able to give the lessons that you've learned and give them confidently and without regret or fear. You're on the right path. You're also going, I see very soon, to start being able to put things together. Like, oh, I went through that huge trauma because it, helped me out in this situation. Or if that huge, painful, heartbreaking thing didn't happen, I never would have had this happen. And you're going to start making connections soon. So just hang in there and be patient. Spooky Bear!
Judy, Judy, are you still here? Wheeler?
Not as crazy as you sounded. My dad is definitely as crazy as he sounds. He's a narcissistic, drug-addicted Sagittarius. but he's still my dad, and I love him, and he's still the funniest man that I know.
Well, go ahead. Oh, sorry.
Something about a little girl and her dad, right? You can't take that bond away. Just like me with my sons, it's not, it's different than me with my daughter. My sons and my relationship with them, and just like my relationship with my mom, is much different. Who's next?
Spooky Cat.
Spookles. All right. Let me use the Lightworker on you. Oh, thank you so much. Spooky Morales says, Gemma, I've had this show playing for a couple hours. Couldn't be in the chat, but wanted to say you are amazing. Your readings are awesome. Thank you. Are you going to get one tonight then? I know we didn't do Judy yet. I can see Judy. I don't know if Hilton is still here, but I think we're pretty much
almost done. You got Sophia, Peppa.
Peppa, are you still here? You're very welcome. Don't be sorry, Jules. Go do you. If you need anything, reach out. Just be patient with a reply. It's much easier to get me through text than email. Believe me. All right, Spookles. The Pink Rose of Lady Nada. Card number 29 in my newest deck, the Lightworker. Spooky, no problem. But listen, next time you stop in, make sure you have at least 10 minutes so I can read for you, okay? Thank you so much for coming in, and next time say hi. I would love to give you a reading. All right, Spookles, Spook Cat. You are in the midst of a heart healing, a healing of the fears and anxieties that have held you back from enjoying your full magnificence. Lady Nada is here with all her gentle power, washing you in soft pink light. I keep going to say Lady Gaga, and it's so bad. All anger, fear, sadness, bitterness, disappointment, and hurt are soothed and loved into peace. She brings you a sign of your future blossoming into deeper love. The Pink Rose of Lady Nada is a spiritual gift from higher guidance. It brings love, healing, strength, and compassion to your heart. You may be burnt out or feeling anger, fear, depression, chronic fatigue, or compromised wellness. Perhaps your heart is so tired that you struggle with compassion fatigue, finding it difficult to care, even though your nature is one of deep compassion and kindness. Boy, can we all relate to that, right? Or perhaps you put your heart and soul into something or someone and feel your efforts have been cast aside or taken for granted. Perhaps you are processing a great loss. Whatever the reason, Lady Nada has come to comfort your soul. Your pain will pass and your suffering will be alleviated sooner and more gently than you might expect. Lady Nada is saying, how much I like you, dearest child of light, how deeply I love you. I send love and acceptance to you now, so that you may come to love and like yourself with all the compassion, kindness, and unconditionality I feel for you. If there is anything or anyone you need to forgive, the gift from Lady Nada will empower you to do so. Your ability to forgive won't make you a doormat for others. It will free you to leave the past behind. So let other people's choices be about their own learning rather than your value, and choose to love yourself right now. If you are at a troublesome point in your life, remember that despite the thorns, the rose has an exquisite perfume. It is a powerful and wise soul that chooses a path that is truly challenging moments. But out of those challenges, great empowerment can develop. Do not despair if you seem far from the light. You are simply traveling through darkness for a time. Come back to love, to the pink rose unfolding in your heart whenever you feel lost. Some challenges are meant to help you to grow in your ability to love without condition, to surrender to the divine, even when things don't seem to make sense. You undergo such challenges because you are capable, powerful, and wise. The universe loves you so much. It is guiding you into your most beautiful destiny every day. Release guilt and fear. Know that you are loved, always have been, always will be. Guidance is sharing with you now that whatever your struggles may be, they will soon reveal themselves to be nothing more than steps along your path to the sweetest blossoming of your soul. Be patient, rest with the rose light in your heart, dear soul, for healing energy is flowing into you now. Trust your heart to overcome the pain. It will heal, open up, and love even more powerfully than before. Such is the courage of your heart. So, Spookles, I don't know what you're going through or what's coming in for you. I always hope that it's already happening, not just for validation, but because I don't like being the bearer of bad news that something's coming in. I do feel like you know what this is. I feel like you just have some regrets for your kindnesses towards certain people. Like maybe you went out of your way for people, or you were kind to somebody and they just take it for granted. And it's not that you do it for the thank you or anything, but it's like it's nice to be appreciated, right? And I feel like this just keeps happening. And I feel like you really have to take a good look in the mirror and understand that you don't have to give your heart, soul, and being to every single person you come across without being unkind. You can still be kind to someone and not go out of your way for them. And I feel like your mission and your main issue and your mission for this week, and I say that with no judgment or indictment whatsoever on you, because I deal with the same thing. And I think a lot of us in this community, being empathic and quote unquote special, sensitive, we do too, is that to try to discern who is worthy of your help, love, compassion, and kindness, and who isn't. And that's not to say those who you feel are unworthy you have to be cruel to. I don't personally think you could be cruel to anyone. But it just means to maybe keep your distance from those types of people and learn to detect them before they have a chance to use you, manipulate you, or hurt you in some way. So that's your mission for this week, being more discerning with who you allow into your inner circle and who you give yourself to.
Sophia.
All right, Miss Sophia.
You're almost done, little lady. One more person. Hilton, you're after that.
Sophia, I'm going to use the Archangel Animal deck for you.
Depends on how much noise you involve around. My ears scream when things are going to happen, so.
You're very welcome, Miss Spook Cat. It's good advice. It's really hard to go by, especially, I don't personally know you. I've never met any of you. But when I connect with someone, I have the ability most of the time to re-tap into their energy. So like if we're in a work meeting, you and I together, because we work for SOR, I can kind of get your vibe. If you were to send me a text message, you know what I mean? And I connect with people in that way. That's why it's really, really hard for me to have phone conversations, okay? I'd rather text. And let me tell you one of the reasons really quick. So people get upset and they're like, I need to talk on the phone. And I'm not just talking about one person. There are a lot of people that I've had this issue with, and they're like, why can't you talk on the phone? Let me tell you why. Because when I'm on the phone or face to face with someone, and especially if it's something confrontational, okay, I'm just going to agree with everything that person says out of fear of confrontation. But in a tech, and not only do I have to feel my feelings of anger and pain and whatever it is I'm feeling, I also have to feel how I'm making the other person feel and how they're already feeling. That's overload, and that's a lot. So I kind of just always back down and say, yeah, okay, ha, ha, ha. And forgive, and everything's good, and everything, you're right. When you get me through a text message, you get more of Gemma. And the reason for that is because though I can connect with the person's energy, are they mad? Are they upset? Did they mean this sarcastically? Are they being honest? It's not so much overload, right? And I feel like you're a person like that too, whether you know it or not, where you energetically connect with a lot of people. Black Dragon, absolutely. I'll get to that in 1 second. And that can be really, really hard. When you're trying to discern who you can help and who you can't, or who you shouldn't at this time, doesn't mean you can't ever help them. It's hard because you end up feeling that rejection that person is feeling, even though the rejection is something the universe wants them to feel at that moment. It's their lesson. And that can be really hard to take. Black Dragon, you're absolutely right. No one is worthy. It's a blessing that we can use our gifts to help others. Real truth. Yeah, real truth. I'm 3.5 years clean off of the big H. I started when I was 30, but it was not a conscious decision for me to get clean, and I struggle with it very much. A lot lately with things going on. My son saved my life. But I have a lot of recovering addicts in active addiction that come into this community. I started my channel as addiction and recovery, but YouTube censored me so much. I was working 60 hours a week on videos and content, but I wasn't able to ever make money off it because they censored everything I did. So I had to move into something else. But I'm still trying to get Mara meetings going, and I still try to help where I can, when I can, in the addiction and recovery community. All right. Who am I reading for? I totally lost this. Who? You're muted.
Sophia.
Okay. Sorry, Miss Sophia. I kind of got carried away there. Okay. At least you got a good shuffle. Panda. Stay balanced and in your essence. Love this card. They're so cute. These solitary, peaceful animals are heart healers who come from the Pleiades. Their hearts radiate truth, innocence, and purity, and they embody the symbol of the blue rose. This allows pure source healing to be stepped down into their energy fields. Archangel Jophiel, the angel of wisdom, brings his wisdom down through pandas. They then pass it through Archangel Sandalphon to Lady Gaia in the center of the earth. Pandas are black and white to indicate that they are in balance and can help people see from an enlightened perspective. If provoked, they demonstrate formidable masculine power. They also show incredible maternal instinct toward their cubs, who, when very young, are extremely tiny, totally helpless, pink, hairless, and blind. This vulnerability was decided at a higher level to test the mothering qualities of the female panda. Keep your heart pure and light. When you think of a panda, the angel Mary connects you directly to the cosmic heart to receive healing and love. In addition, when you offer to be a bridge between the cosmic heart and the center of the earth, Archangel Sandalphon will link in to enable you to bring a vast download of love through you. This is a special service and raises your frequency considerably. The Panda card asks you to stay in balance. Notice how you are tested to develop your masculine and feminine energies. Then apply yourself to the lessons. This will enable you to heal yourself and others. When you attune to the Panda, a blue Pleiadian healing rose is placed in your energy fields. You're definitely being called. Hi, Noelle. Love you too. You're being called to be a messenger of some sort, okay? Whether you know this or not, the ultimate universal plan is for you to be a messenger. I feel like you've undergone tremendous changes lately. Things that you never thought you would feel, you're suddenly feeling. And things that you thought maybe you wouldn't believe in or that you wouldn't care about have suddenly become super important, and things that you can't, research enough about or get enough of. I feel like you're opening up more to allow other quote unquote types of people into your life. All of these fantastic changes, but the universe is saying, be sure to keep yourself open. Don't let anyone misguide or misdirect you. Okay. You are on the right path. You do have a spiritual enemy somewhere in your immediate midst, though, who is going to try to talk you out of a lot of the decisions that you know are what are 100% right for you. The universe is saying, like, you don't have to call this person out. They're not doing it on purpose. They don't realize that's what they are. Stay the course. Trust in your own intuition, especially for this week, because there's something that's going to happen that's going to try to knock you back off track. It's a test from the universe. If someone comes to you for advice, give them the best that you can. You can only be who you are. But the changes you're making, the universe is noticing them, okay? Keeping an open heart. Not being anyone's doormat, but not being super aggressive either. Finding that perfect balance in your life and in your... in your soul and in your being, right? Another thing I'm getting that's a little bit random, but this happens sometimes, is don't be an enabler. Someone is looking to you for something you're enabling them for. I don't know if it's money, drugs, a place to live. Somebody is taking advantage of your kindness and hospitality. It's okay to say no, specifically to this person, okay? Noelle, hello. Sorry, I was in the middle of a reading. You guys are all so welcome.
Be kind text maybe because she didn't want to bother you during your readings, but she is watching. She says hello.
I knew
she's in a hotel. She's in a hotel.
I knew if she was listening, she would text with the panda. Tell her I thought it too. So who's next? I love her. I'll text her tomorrow. She's another one of my moms.
You did Hilton, right? Hilton's next.
I did not read for Hilton yet, no.
Yeah, he's next.
All right, Hilton, let's go with, let's do the animal one for you too.
Noelle, do you want a reading?
Eris runs from the emotional people. Noelle, would you like a reading? Yeah, people are adding you to say hi. It's okay. This is a safe place, all right?
Why do I feel safe?
I say quote unquote because one, the word or phrase is usually in quotes in the book, but also because it's like sometimes I feel like instead of saying for lack of a better word, for lack of a better way to say this, downshift. I missed the entire thing. My water heater exploded. Oh my god. Downshift, I did not read for you because you weren't here when we called you. So if you'd like to just have your reading in a minute or two, we can do that because I'm ending after I finish up here. But I would have no problem with putting you there, giving you a reading. I'm sorry about your water heater. Hilton, Sophia, you are very, very welcome, and I'm so glad it resonated. The kangaroo, be a force for good. Act as a peaceful warrior. That's weird that they both have different messages. That's got to be a mistake, but both are just as good. These unique animals incarnated from Nigele, the ascended aspect of Mars, at the same time as the Aborigines, to ground the energy and wisdom of the golden civilization of Lemuria. They are tuning into the etheric libraries within Lemurian crystals to access information to help us move into the golden age. Kangaroos love this planet and all of nature, and they use their kundalini, which is their vital energy force, to bound around so that the fragile soil structure of Australia is not damaged. As healers, they can draw light from the cosmic heart to heal the ley lines wherever they go. They are connected to the great archangels Raquel, Garcisa, and Sandalphon, who work within the center of the earth. This is the card of wise, balanced, compassionate leadership. Be a peaceful warrior and upholder of justice and equality, particularly help those who are vulnerable. Treat our beautiful planet with respect and love, then nature will support you. At the same time, you are invited to tune into the information and knowledge held within the Lemurian crystals. You may not be consciously aware that you are receiving light when you think about or hold one of these sacred crystals. Nevertheless, a download of keys and codes for the new golden age is being transmitted to you and will enable you to ease your journey through life. Be open to receiving it. Hilton, I would really recommend, if you're not already, getting into some sort of meditation ritual, okay? Even if it's, I always say at least 10 to 12 minutes a day, okay? Reaching out to your higher self, going outside under the moonlight and talking to the stars. Does it sound crazy? It might to you, it might. But you're being asked to do this for a reason. You have a really important job coming in the new golden age. A messenger or ambassador, if you will, for the downtrodden, the misfits like us. I don't know if you do any kind of work like this now, if you have any idea if this resonates at all, but I'm telling you, to draw this card is a really, really special thing, Hilton. Look into service, volunteer work, helping the elderly lady next door that has no family with her groceries, just giving yourself compassionately to others, okay? It's really important that you look into that. If you don't feel like that, or if you're like, that doesn't sound like me at all, that's okay. This could also be the universe just opening you up to that fact and opening your heart to it a little bit, because it is going to come in. That is your essential mission here. Okay. Your compassion. Did Be Kind come in? What's up, Be Kind? Big words there. All right, who's next? I got to get this party rolling. You're muted.
I'm getting as bad as you.
Judy.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
Miss Judy.
Did you do Black Dragon already?
I did not. Black Dragon. Judy, Black Dragon, Noelle, Be Kind, and then we'll close it out.
Okay.
I don't do drugs, including weed, and weed is a drug to me. So no, I'm not taking a bong rip. Judy, let's go with angels and ancestors. Unfortunately, it's just plain old tobacco. And it really is. It's tobacco flavored. Real truth, thank you. I appreciate your kindness tonight. And all of you guys, always. the complimentary way in which you guys treat me is not something that's normal in my own home. So it really does mean a lot to me. Hilton, you should email me about that and we can talk about it. No, black dragons will never be forgotten. Not in here. Not on my watch. Moonbathing, that's what I was getting to. And then I got distracted by something. Eris, thank you. I don't know how that came in. I don't know how that came into you. But what I was saying, when I was saying go outside and speak to the stars, what I was thinking, oh my God, that's so crazy, is I always say what the sunlight does for us physically, the moonlight does for us spiritually. Okay, so spending some time in the moonlight, moonbathing, quote unquote, it would be a really good thing for you to do. Judy Wheeler, you got the star ancestor, which moves right along into what I was just talking about. Speaking to the stars. Heed the messages coming directly from your soul. The star ancestors is a term for extraterrestrial light beings who are dedicated to the healing and growth of the world. These incredible beings are divine embodiments of love who bring wisdom from the higher realms. Often people feel a sense of connectedness when they look up into the night sky and see the stars. I believe that's because they are remembering their starry connections, and those are what this card represents. The star ancestor is reminding you that you have otherworldly support and that your friends from the stars can help you if you are willing to be helped. They can support you in connecting with and following your soul's deepest calling. There is a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be a bright light in the world. And there are supporters out there in the universe sending waves of energy to guide you at this time. Information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently is not new information, but memories. Your feelings of being drawn in a particular direction are the awakening of an aspect of your soul. You are being drawn towards a road that will not only light you up, but also help you light up your corner of the world. Continue following the cosmic guidance that is coming your way. Judy, you are another one that I would like to go out. I would like for you to go out and speak to the stars, okay? Talk into the universe. Spend time in the moonlight, all right? Pay attention to your dreams. Ask for help. Come and visit me and give me a message in my dream that I can remember. All right, what do you want me to do next? Out into the universe and see what comes back to you. You're going to get telepathic messages and thoughts. These cards, there are so many in here tonight of what we are awakening to as individuals and collectively. Okay, these are really important readings, and it's not because I'm giving them. It doesn't matter who you're getting them from. You're going to hear the same thing. Like someone tonight heard twice, once from me and once from their Reiki healer, that they had this specific job here or mission here. It's a real thing, this collective consciousness shift, okay, this mass consciousness shift, but it's also a real thing of the people who are trying to keep the masses from shifting. All right, so you really have to know what this is about. Do your research. Who do you connect with most? Read a book about all different kinds of extraterrestrials, and I'm about to do a series on them, and see who you connect with the most. All right, are you having dreams about them? Pay attention to that kind of thing. All right, even if it's not extraterrestrial in nature, it could be ancestral guidance, okay, spiritual guidance. It's coming in for you. Gemma, you are helping people like us, quote unquote. Yes, exactly, us. Judy, yeah, I think it's time, like, you're going to be, quote unquote, activated. Okay, I'm putting that on a shirt for sure. Yeah, you're about to be activated. All right, and this means a long, arduous journey, but I know that it's going to be one that's well worth it, and you are going to go where you're called, because I know your energy, the type of person you are, because you're in here with us. We are all alike in so many different ways, but yet so different, and from so many different places. Your memories, that's another good point. Your memories could be being activated through dreams or astral travel. Go outside and be a little moon bear. Yes, exactly. Black Dragon. Black Dragon, I would like to use the Magick of You deck. I was going to say Ravenswand, but apparently we're using Magick of You. Sometimes I just want it to be my decision. I'm like, ooh, that one looks nice. Nope. Card number 36, the Witch. Get off me. The magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. This is an extremely lucky card. I know that. This is the lucky card. I knew it. I remembered that. When this card is drawn, a bonus appears in your life and key events and situations turn in your favor. Remember, luck is preparation meeting opportunity. Have you taken all available steps and made all authentic efforts to be prepared for that which you seek? The witch holds her hands gently over the crescent moon, a potent symbol of new opportunities and fresh potential. Her cupping fingers allow energy to flow unhindered. The raven sits upon a branch, pausing in its journey from the underworld to consider new adventures. Leaves of gold emerge from branches. They signify comfort and beauty after periods of abstinence or loss. The witch knows herself and is not afraid of her potential and opportunities to grow and learn. In the moonlight, she willingly steps to the edge of the cliff and leaps, knowing that the natural way of the world will catch her and she will land exactly where she should. Black Dragon, I feel like this is really talking about, on a deeper level, a leap of faith that you're going to be expected to take, okay? Not knowing really what is coming next, but being willing to go forward anyway. Maybe even following blindly, right? What the universe has in store for you next. Not asking too many questions, asking questions, of course, when you need to, but really kind of trusting in the divine messages being given to you and through you. I feel like this is another one of just a stay the course. You're going to be presented with a choice. And remember that not choosing is making a choice. And because the universe loves us and wants what's best for us and wants us to learn as much as we can, if you don't make this choice and the universe has to choose for you, you're going to go through much harder times, because the universe is then going to think you're incapable of making the specific choice, didn't learn all you needed to learn, and is going to try to teach you a valuable lesson. So when the time comes this week or throughout the rest of this month for you to just trust, take a leap of faith, and not necessarily trust in a person, just a situation that's really bad or that turns sour, that you trust that it's working out for your greater good and for the greater good of everyone involved. Things like that. Taking those leaps and bounds, right? That's going to really bring you back into focus in realization of what your goal is here in life for your human self, to, of course, succeed in your goals and your endeavors and your dreams, but also for your soul self, for this shift in bringing healers like us, like you, because you're one too, to the surface for humanity. I saw that Jessica came in. Is there anyone besides Jessica that I didn't read for? Real Truth, have a great night. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for your kindness. And tell your daughter hello for us. Ghost, I think you might be muted again. Anyone other than Jessica? Larry, thank you so much. Jessica, okay. Let's get Jessica with the Ravenswand, and then I'm going to have to go really fast, guys, because I hear my little bundle of joy running around down there, getting ready for bed, and I still have to put all of this stuff away because I still don't have an office. Let me put on my surprise face. Black Dragon, that's amazing. I go where the energies take me is why I'm here. And see, that's really good. That's what we all should be doing. But for some of us, it's easier than others, right? It really depends, like how you're raised, what your belief systems were. You know, there's so many different elements that add to who we are as people, what we're willing to accept about ourselves and the world and humanity, and what we're willing to believe. And it can all be very confusing and also very overwhelming. So people open-minded, saying things like what you just said, really give me hope that, you know, this isn't all for nothing, and there really is something bigger than us, bigger than me, here now, always has been here, and also coming. All right, Jessica, let's do this. Last one of the night. Give and take. Good old give and take. This card comes out every time I use this deck. Must be a good message. That is one heck of a pickle. Ada Crab is Wildwood Coven's senior gardener, renowned for her direct manner and toughness. She sows her seeds, understanding that some of them won't bear fruit. The rooks will take some, but she tolerates them and even provides scarecrows for them to nest in. Life is about compromise, according to Ada. Look at your own crop. If there's enough to provide all you need, is there harm in losing a handful here and there? Is it genuine need that makes you battle for every crumb, or just the obsession of control? Give and take is Ada's motto. Which one applies to you right now? See the bulging gourd? Notice how it is soiled by a bird dropping. Nothing's perfect. All dreams come with a smudge or two, but they often provide the most interesting feature because they're spontaneous and unpredictable. Tolerate the occasional imperfection, and you'll be glad you did. Jessica, expecting perfection from anyone, including yourself, is going to lead you for a really hard road, okay? Black Dragon, you're very, very welcome, and I'm glad it resonated. Jessica, it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to allow others to not be perfect. Give the kindness of forgiveness every once in a while. The give and the take is in the balance of not being the doormat. Okay, not always being the one who has to say I'm sorry. Not always being the one to give in. Give and take. I mean, the message, I can see it so clearly, and I'm trying to think. Sometimes you have to hand over some battles so that wars can be won. And I feel like what's happening now is, or what's going to be happening for you, is you've just put up with so much in your life, and you've dealt with so much in your life that you're like no more, absolutely not. But what's going to happen is that's going to turn you into something that you're not, to someone that you're not. I would like for you to be very, very careful, especially this week, in outright rejecting anything or anyone. Even if it's the millionth time this person is apologizing, still accept the apology. Reject the person as far as their refusal to respect your boundaries. Put your boundaries back up. Keep them there. But don't be afraid to bend a little bit too, okay? Not everyone is going to understand what you're going through right away. If you really feel betrayed, hurt, devastated, or at a loss, it's okay to cut people off. But it's never okay to be unkind, regardless of how people are treating you. Always keep your side of the street clean. If your partner's cheating on you, that doesn't mean you should cheat on them, at least through universal law, right? And I just give that as an example. I'm not saying that that's happening. Always be the best version of yourself that you can be, regardless of how the people around you act. And I think that's the message here. Be afraid of a little imperfection, either in yourself or in others. Guys, I think that's going to call it a night for us. Thank you so much for bearing with and for hanging out. Ghost Dragons, thank you so much. I probably will not have time to message you tonight because I have to put all this stuff away and get RJ to bed. That's the same for anyone else who's messaged me while I was reading. I will get back to you guys tomorrow, though. Have a great night. I love you all. Thank you for all the donations, super chats, super stickers, PayPal, Cash App, donating your time, your generosity of spirit. I just really love you guys so much. Don't forget, Saturday and Sundays, SOR from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern on After Hours, me, Big Willie Townsend, and the Fedorable John Hudson. You guys are so very welcome. On Tuesday nights from now on, this coming Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be on Occult 45. But this Tuesday, starting at like 8:15, and from Tuesdays here on out, from 8 p.m. to 10 Eastern, Ghost Dragons and I are doing our own live stream where we just discuss things and stuff in the paranormal, extraterrestrial, supernatural community, kind of shoot the breeze with you guys, see what's up, whatever you guys want to talk about, kind of an open forum of live streaming. And we really hope to see you all there. I'll send out the notification. If you're not subscribed already to my channel, please do that. And also Moon Bear Oracle. If you're not subscribed over there, it's a very slow going channel. I have a few videos up, but I would appreciate the subscribes anyway, and the likes to the videos. Don't forget to leave a comment after the stream is over. And I'm forgetting one other thing I wanted to say as far as this.
I'm just trying to help you think.
No. All right. We're good, guys. You guys know the drill anyway. So thank you guys. And I do appreciate all of you. Have a great night and have a great week. See you guys soon. Ghost, thank you. I love you. Good night.